Hello, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, Shibby. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we had so much fun the other night. We're like, we have to do this again.
Sure. Yeah, we did. It was great.
Yes, we had a lot of guests. We had a lot of conversations going. We love to look at the old videos, pull up things that we may have missed previously. Um, but yeah, I think we should give it a few moments and let's see if we get more people in the chat before we get started. How was your day, Shibi?
It was very, very good. Very good.
How's the
I
weather
got a
where
lot of
you
stuff
are?
done. It is very warm today. We have it, we go by Celsius. So it was around 30 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that translates to, but it was warm. 30 is warm.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly here. It's rainy, it's chilly. I had a sweatshirt on. I did not love it. Um,
Mhm.
so let's hope for better weather.
But even when it
Hi,
cools off,
everyone.
I would rather put hoodies on and track pants than have to turn my AC down sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess you could put more on than take off.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Christy. Hi, Zoli. Angel Eyes. Let's see who
So
else.
I did the
Thomas Brown.
conversion. 30 here is 86 Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay. That's a nice day.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm ready for just like even days, like mid 70s, low 80s. I'll take that.
Mhm.
Hey, Marianne from Austin. Hi, Michelle, Chibi in chat, Callie Lady. I just want to remind everyone to like and subscribe to both of our channels. Shibi,
Mhm.
I will pin yours into my chat.
Mhm.
Let me do that right now, just so that
Uh,
everyone.
Great idea. I will do the same for you. So
Perfect.
we can have a little cross promotion if you guys want.
Yes. I
So you
feel like
come
everyone
over
loves the
to,
duo.
yeah, come on over to mine and say hi and like and make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't have two devices, always default back to Michelle. Sure.
Sweet dude,
And
Shibi.
same with my people. Go on over and say hello to these people, like and subscribe. And if you can't stay in both chats, come on back or stay wherever you want.
Hi, Michelle Shibi. Greetings from Ireland, 11 p.m. Wow. 11 p.m. in Ireland, and she's joining us. I love that. Jeanette is coming from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
Ooh, Ottawa. That's our capital. That's our Washington. It's our capital city of the whole country.
Oh, she's coming from the homeland.
She's from Ottawa. She's in the same province. So our provinces are states, right? Like we have she's in Ontario, and Ottawa is our capital city, like the capital of the country. Like our Washington, D.C. type thing.
Oh, I love that.
Like our parliament is there, all our government. It's our home capital.
It's amazing.
I
Well, I
pinned I
think,
pinned your comment. I pinned your link in my chat. So everyone that pinned a comment, go on over to Michelle's and say hello, like, and subscribe.
I'm going
It's
to
very
pin you right now. Let's see.
Oh my gosh. You got 34 and I've got 30. We're racing. Oh, 34 people. I think
I
you're
guess
going to
I'll
get
just leave
triple
you
though.
on the screen for now because for some reason
Sure.
it's not letting me pin that. So I'm going to leave you there,
You,
everyone.
no,
Shibi's
you got to,
channel on the screen.
you have to do that through YouTube. You can't do it through StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Yes, I got to go to my YouTube. And then Jeanette just said,
Mhm.
"Hey, Shibi, I didn't know you were from Canada."
I am. I'm in Toronto, basically Mississauga, 15 minutes west of Toronto on the northern shore of Lake Ontario. Port Credit. It's a quaint little town. With my city has 800,000 people though. It's called Mississauga. Mississauga.
I love that. You're going to have people coming to visit you now.
Sure.
Zoe asked, any news from Nancy? Okay, so we just wanted to chat a little bit about the recent updates from Nancy, which we don't have anything, which is unfortunate. So, as we've continued to follow this case, the latest updates we had were from last week when we're getting different news outlets giving us different information on the ransom letters. Are they real? Are they fake? Me personally, my whole outlook on the case has changed since the beginning. My initial thought process was this was a kidnapping for ransom. They did this because they wanted the money. However, since this all happened, my thoughts personally have changed. Again, these are just this is my personal theory. This is what I think. And this can change based on new news coming out. But we don't have that right now. So based on what we currently have, my theory is that this was a planned homicide. Again, my personal thoughts just on what we have, what we've received, what we currently know. I feel like between the conflicting information about the ransom notes, reporters saying different things, they've never confirmed the first two ransom notes. Even though, yes, it did have information in there that stated, where her watch was placed on the ground, or the lighting in her house. I feel as if that was all staged. I feel like the watch was staged there. I feel like now those ransom notes were put together from someone who was a part of this homicide that never had the plan to bring Nancy home. That is my thought right now. I personally feel that's just where my thinking currently is. Again, my opinion can change based on new evidence come out, but I personally feel as if they never had the plans to return Nancy, because even if she did pass and if she passed on accident, why did they not return her home with still receiving part of the money? Like Savannah said in her video, like, please bring her back so that we can give her the proper ceremony, because in that second ransom letter it said she is now with nature. So to me, overall, it seems as if they were never planning on returning her. Again, my opinions can change, but this is where I currently am. I mean, I don't necessarily know if those ransom notes were made from someone else who had nothing to do with the kidnapping, like, or if it did have something to do with the kidnapping, it was someone who planned that to go along with the homicide. There's no proof of Nancy ever getting taken out of that house. There's no proof that this was for ransom. There's just a lot of question marks right now. And to me, it doesn't feel like as if this was a ransom situation. To me, this right now is showing to be like a planned homicide in my personal eyes. How do you feel, Shibby?
Well, I feel with the only thing that's with those notes, with the Apple Watch and all those little specifics, that's what we need to look at. Like there were specifics only people like inside would know. It wasn't publicly available yet. Like
so, and that's why I'm thinking, if that was someone who wrote that letter, what if they wrote that letter as to kind of pull it away as potentially being a part of the homicide and not necessarily ever wanting to be a part of a ransom? I guess that's kind of where I'm kind of stuck. Like, was this always a planned homicide, or was this actually a kidnapping with a ransom? And I don't know, like, was that watch placed there? Was this all staged? When did she actually get taken from the house? And I was also thinking last night, I was like, why, like, did no neighbors hear anything? Like, was Nancy unconscious when they removed her from the house? I get like a lot of the cameras went down. I get like the houses are a little bit separated, but wouldn't you think she would have they would have heard something? It's 3:00 in the morning or whenever that it took place. It's in the middle of the night. You hear, the doors getting propped open in the back. You must hear some sort of wrestling, like at some context, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, was she pulled out of that house? Was she did she have something wrapped around her mouth? Did the neighbors really not hear anything? That's my question right now. Like, or was she actually murdered in the house? Because if you remember, they had the homicide team go there in the beginning, correct? So there had to be some sort of blood inside of the
Yeah.
house or some sort of fight in the house. So it's like, was she actually murdered inside the house? Again, we don't know. These are all theories. This is just a thought. We're trying to figure out what potentially
Just
could have happened.
brainstorming,
Yeah, we're
brainstorming,
brainstorming different
asking
things.
questions.
Yeah, asking questions. It's like this is all we have right now. So that's my question is were they never planning to return Nancy? Were those ransom notes staged? Was the everything staged inside of that house to make it look like it was a ransom for money? But was this actually a planned homicide? That's my question. And I want to know what everyone else thinks. I want to know, does that change your mind at all, Shibby? Like thinking kind of past it a little bit to know, like, okay, yes, that person did know where things were in the house, but what if that was a part of the cover up?
Yeah, like they knew she was dead, and they're just kind of stalling, making it look like they're still alive. So to maybe slow them down, you know. Also, with that much blood, it's likely, she's very injured, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and when you make an 84-year-old lady bleed that much, you're not trying to keep her alive for ransom, in my opinion, because I always say that you would baby her. She would be like an egg. You would get her, who said it last time? You make sure, pack a bag, get your medicine. We want to keep you alive to get the ransom.
And that's what's confusing to me because Olivia just said she left alive because the blood showed oxygen and she was alive when she
Mhm.
bled.
Right,
Okay.
right. Because what it is there was some bubbles. So that one where she coughs, they assumed it was I guess you call them snot bubbles, because when they landed, they were circular and not in the middle. There was nothing. So they were like bubbles when they hit. So she was, when a kid gets a snot bubble or whatever.
Okay, so they knew she left then,
Mhm.
prior. Yes, and Thomas Brown
Yeah.
just said the life insurance money had something to do with something, he believes, because I don't know if this is confirmed, but they noted a few weeks prior to her being kidnapped or whatever happened that night, that it got updated, her life insurance. Again, I don't know if there's truth to that, but I did hear back and forth reports on that as well. I think a
Mhm.
lot of this, we're not really sure of what is true anymore, what has been confirmed. But again, that raises a red flag. Um,
For
it's
sure.
just confusing because again, like if they knew they were still going to get money for returning Nancy's body, why did they bury her then? Why is she with nature? Like, would there be too much DNA on Nancy's body where they felt as if they were going to get caught from the situation? That's my question there. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Christy said, I believe we heard allegedly her policy was changed not long before
Yeah.
her to go missing. Yes, that's what I
Where
mean.
did you hear that?
It
Where did
that
that come
a
from?
news report did note that. I don't know if that was just rumors in the air. I don't know if that's confirmed. Again, a lot of this is why we're having these conversations to see if is there confirmation here. Where like what are people's thoughts? Do you know what I mean? I want to know,
Mhm.
do people in the chat, do you feel as if this was do you feel like the kidnappers or whoever took her ever had the plans of returning Nancy? Or do you feel like this was to either get Savannah back for something or um, do what they did for a reason besides money? Because it doesn't seem as if, though, if this was an actual kidnapper, um, why wouldn't they have returned her body to the family to receive the money then, even though she has passed?
Yeah. That's getting risky though, eh? Trying to do stuff like that.
Well, I mean, what if they said like, okay, we have her located in X spot. You can get her here, but also how would they return her as well? I still feel like either way, it's going to be a risky return or finding her body or returning Nancy, whether
I,
this was a ransom to return her or a ransom to return her body. Do you know what I mean?
I think I would say to them, I would say once the check or whatever clears and I have the money and I'm not in trouble, like if I get away with it, I will tell you where to find her and be nowhere near there in
Yeah,
that sense.
that is
But it's
true.
risky. I wouldn't even, I don't know how you do it nowadays. Like we watched all those old movies where it's like they leave it in the garbage can, and the guy sits on the park bench, and some stranger passes him an envelope, and then a lady in an umbrella walks by, and like there's ways to do that. But nowadays, with all the technology, I wouldn't even think anyone would try to get away with that. It's
And
so easy.
also, it's like, why was the homicide squad there? Do you know what I mean? That team there in that moment, and they still weren't able to pull any additional DNA than the hair that they sent out.
Mhm.
That's also another question. And what did the inside the house look like? Was there a big fight? Was there a lot of blood, more blood than what we saw just outside on the front steps? Those are the questions that I feel like would be helpful in understanding why they would feel as if, and again, people have said the FBI has stated different wording that now I believe they said it was a missing persons rather than, or was it kidnapped? Do you remember, Shibby?
Oh, I don't know exactly. No.
Yeah, like they changed like the missing person to something else instead of, I have to look it up. Let me see if I can find it.
You know what we could do is go back to the beginning, because I did miss a lot of stuff in the beginning. So if you ever want to find incidents that happened in the beginning when all that media circus was out front, I didn't catch any of that. Oh,
Yeah,
remember
because I
Mark's
feel
drone
like,
footage too. Mark's drone
yeah,
footage was
kidnapped
out
for
front.
ransom. Yeah, and I think because this is carried on for 5 months now, a lot of what we found out in the beginning has been forgotten. Like when we had Army Vet come on and he reminded us, like, okay, well, a lot of the power went out in the neighborhood that night. That's why a lot of the ring cameras weren't working. It's like, whoa, I forgot that major incident happened. Um, so there's a lot of key points that I feel like um are either missed or not confirmed. And I think that's a huge missing piece to this. They're not confirming a lot. They're kind of just throwing things at us to say, well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore, because when something goes on this long without anything, and they're not giving us anything, makes me think, did it even happen? Did it even happen? Are we being distracted and lied to? Like, everything.
And that's another question. It's like, what is actually going on? Like, we're not hearing from her family. We're not hearing from the police. We're not hearing from neighbors, friends. It makes you think as if they're all being told to stay quiet. And we want to know why. Why are you not speaking up? Why are they not raising money to put together flyers or to put together a search team? Or you find out, like, okay, they said my mother was buried in with nature. Why are you not searching or putting together? I understand that that's a huge broad statement, but
Mhm.
you can be looking, or you can figure out, if, again, as we always say, if that was our mom, like, we're out there searching, we're putting search teams together. There's no way I'm going back to work right away. Or with Annie and Tommaso being missing, it's, where are they? They live in that area. Don't you think they would be forming a team to kind of assist,
Mhm.
especially if Savannah and no one knows where Cameron is? Yeah, Olivia said it's normal in high profile cases to keep things close to the vest. If they release everything, then anyone can confess. Yeah, that is true, but I'm just confused as to why they're not actively looking, because they're not actively looking or putting her face anywhere. Like I said, they're not putting signs out, they're not doing billboards. It makes me think that they maybe know more, um, or have an idea of potentially where Nancy may be. Because wouldn't you think, or maybe the person as, yeah, and Christy said, I think a cadaver dog team would make sense, and also think the Guthries could reach out and get someone on board to do this. I agree. And that's my point here, is why aren't they taking those next steps? I understand they like to keep things close to the vest, like Olivia said, but aren't there other steps that they could be taking?
That we know about. Yeah.
Yeah, or being able to just get her name back out there. It doesn't make sense to me.
Like with Nanos, his interest is getting these YouTubers out of there. Like, if you search, we're going to charge you. Don't go on property. Like, if you even search or stay out there, we want to get rid of you. And he's actually actively working against finding her in that sense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It almost makes me feel as if Nanos has it out for the streamers because he feels as if his job is kind of hanging there. Like if they're to find out any new information over him, I mean, they're on foot. They're right there. They're actively watching. He might have felt a little bit intimidated. And he was a baby about the whole situation and he wanted to get them gone. He didn't want anything coming in the way of hurting his reputation any further. And he knew that there was a chance, well, honestly, it already happened, that the more they stay out there, the more they look, it's going to bring more attention to the case that he has no information on, to me.
Right.
That's how I personally see it.
I see it that way too. Like it's a constant reminder of how he's failed with them there. So the sooner he gets rid of them, the sooner he can kind of move on to his next failure, I guess.
And I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cover this up. They're trying to sweep it under the rug. They're trying to get rid of the streamers. Any mainstream media, he's putting it as if they were bad people and doing these crazy things, as that cut that they made was just ridiculous. Like I said, of Ted jumping over the cones and X, Y, and Z happening. It's just, that's not a true reflection of what they were out there doing. And that's how Nanos wanted the mainstream media to portray that. And that is just, that's why I don't watch the mainstream media news anymore, because it's not real. They're censored and we're not getting all of the information. So it's up to us to continue to have these conversations, because one of our theories has to be right, or at least has to be close. We may obviously not know who the perp is, but one of the ideas has to be close to what happened.
Yeah. We can have a look at that news article anytime you want. I have that up.
Oh yeah. Do you want to take a look?
It's 7 minutes and it's where they talk. Yeah. If you want.
Yeah. Let's watch.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. Wait, is this the one with Nanos when he gets interviewed, or the one he does on the streamer?
The one that's on they did it on the First Amendment rights.
Oh,
it's a 7-minute one where
let's watch it. I think everyone and then I think after we watch that, I mean, we love to bring people into the conversation. I'm reading the chat. I love seeing what everyone has to say. I can drop a link in our chat, and whoever wants to join the conversation, because I'd love to hear if your views have changed since everything has happened. Do you feel as if this is still a ransom situation? Do you think there's something else going on? And again, like Olivia said, at this point, it's speculation until we get any information. 100%. This is all speculation. It's all theories. This is all just what we individually have, and our opinions are going to continuously change. But as of now, I'm curious to see where others stand. So I'm going to drop a link in the comments, and whoever wants to join us after we review this clip, we'd love to have you on.
I will put it in my chat also.
Perfect.
So here's the StreamYard link, right? You want callers?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. It's in my chat also. So if you guys want to call in. Now, if you want to watch this, I put a screen share up. So you have to add it to the stage like a person.
Yep. I'll do that right now.
Perfect. You're getting good at this.
I am, right?
That's the only thing I just do is keep messing up until you just try not to repeat stuff and you'll get better. So it's 7 minutes. You want to play it all the way through because it's the news, so we won't get copyright struck. We can play this whole thing if you would like.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's watch it through. If there's anything that we feel is repetitive, we'll just stop, and we'll see if any callers want to come in.
If you start talking, I'll pause it if you wanted to chime in.
That is so. Wait, hold on. That is so funny, Shibby. Brenda said the same thing. I keep getting this. Everyone keeps telling me this, that I look like someone that was on Punky Brewster, and I think her name was Soleil Moonfry, and excuse me if I'm saying her name wrong, but I keep getting that, and I think that's hilarious, really? Brenda, because a lot of people have been noting that.
I didn't think that because I know that show and I didn't think that.
Oh, really? Yeah, people in the chat keep saying it. It's so funny.
I think Punky Brewster had freckles, lots of freckles too, no? It's been a while.
It's the girl in it. It's not him. Right?
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, I know. I know exactly who it was. What you said, that Moonfry, the girl.
Yeah. And that's so funny because I remember her from Full House.
Was she in Full House?
She was like she came in like a few episodes, but not like a main character, but I remember her from that.
I know exactly who it is. I just don't think it looks like you.
Brenda says she loves that show. Look it up, Shibby.
I grew up on those Silver Spoons, Different Strokes. I watched all of them. Punky Brewster, all of them. Brady Bunch. I was there. I know. I'm not mistaken who it is.
That's so.
I thought she had more freckles. That's all. Didn't she have freckles?
Yes, Christina said, Michelle, you know what your Halloween costume needs to be. That's hilarious. Okay, let's get into it. Let's watch the clip, and then if anyone wants to join, click the link in the chat, and then we'll bring you on. I'd love to hear everyone's point of view and where they stand with this case.
So this is the one that happened like a day after Alex got arrested, or a day or two. Perfect. And the whole ironic thing is this woman in the middle of it, she stops in the road halfway through this to do her little inner story from the road where these guys all got arrested for doing just that on the side of the road. So the hypocrisy is just dripping here. But so I'll play it, and if you want to chime in, let me know. I'll pause. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Going in depth tonight. For over 4 months now, a Catalina Foothills neighborhood says they've endured threats, intimidation, and overall bad behavior from content creators following the mysterious kidnapping of their 84-year-old neighbor, Nancy Guthrie. The trauma, many say, has been all too much, leaving them living in what they are calling a neighborhood nightmare. News 4 Tucson's Monica Garcia has been following those concerns all along and is asking questions now about what is being done to bring peace back to that neighborhood. Monica.
Well, Sean, the neighbors we have spoken to in Nancy's neighborhood tell me that they have felt helpless. They felt scared and even targeted by certain streamers who have lingered in her neighborhood. And we do have to say this comes after the Pima County Sheriff's Department charged 3 YouTubers that had been broadcasting out there alive for various misdemeanors and a felony, from blocking a public thoroughfare to being a public nuisance to even resisting arrest. The accused are publicly now disputing those charges, saying their First Amendment rights are being violated. Well, tonight we are taking a closer look at their rights, as well as the rights of the people living in that neighborhood. It's the latest chapter in a saga that began after the disappearance of their 84-year-old neighbor, Nancy Guthrie. Neighbors say they've since endured months of disruption.
Yeah, I remember.
Intimidation and unwanted attention.
She doesn't like anybody stopping here.
Feeling like there's been little recourse to stop it.
I'm not packing anything up. I'm hanging out right here, bro.
Blocking the road.
Early on, the county added no parking zones and no trespassing signs in the area.
The sign is fraudulent, okay?
It's not fraudulent.
There were also discussions about gating the community. Some neighbors even considered seeking protective orders or pursuing civil action against certain streamers they felt were targeting them. But they say those options aren't quick or simple and can take years through the courts before any real protection is in place.
Well, journalists or content creators have a right to be on public sidewalks, to be in public places, and to gather the news.
We sat down with attorney David Bodney, who defends media in First Amendment cases. He says the law is clear, whether you're a traditional journalist or an independent content creator. The Constitution protects the rights to report and record in public places.
It's federal minimum regulations.
But laws of general applicability are applicable to content creators and journalists too, which means that they don't have a right to engage in criminal conduct or in conduct that might give rise to civil liability.
It's kind of overwhelming now with them, continuing to come out on these false reports. I mean, these people are just calling the police for no reason.
In other words, the First Amendment protects the right to record, report, and gather information in public, but it does not override laws that apply to everyone else. That means free speech protections don't shield someone if their conduct violates criminal or civil law, even if it happens while they are filming or reporting.
Is there like a story or just a deadline that when they get it completed, or are you just going to keep it going?
I mean, we're here for public awareness.
The Pima County Sheriff says deputies did not start with arrests. You say they first tried to address concerns directly with content creators who remained in the neighborhood after larger media groups left, explaining where they could legally conduct their live streams.
The roads. You need to leave.
I'm sitting.
You're going to get cited.
In this encounter, a deputy speaks with a YouTuber without issuing a citation. The sheriff says the tougher response came only after months of complaints, warnings, and escalating behavior.
We've given you tickets. We've asked you not to do this. You've pushed the envelope. Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to now take it to court. And we're going to take it to court by booking you in jail.
Hey, you'd want to with them, but you want to with me. Then why don't you let me sit here? You care about Nancy, bro?
And according to the sheriff, the issue wasn't always about whether they were on public or private property. He says it also involved the nature of the live streaming and whether conduct crossed into actions not protected under the Constitution. The First Amendment attorney we spoke with says those rights remain fundamental.
There are criminal laws that prohibit harassment and stalking and trespass. There are civil claims for pretty much the same: harassment and trespass, intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Where free speech ends is where the law takes over. And that means a person can be exercising free speech rights and still face consequences if their actions constitute harassment, trespassing, stalking, assault, threats, or other criminal conduct.
Yuck!
For months, neighbors have described threats, intimidation, and disruptive behavior in their community, including from streamers online. Bodney says when conduct impacts an entire neighborhood, there may be additional legal options.
There's a statute in Arizona that addresses the public nuisance. And it could be that the community, the neighborhood, could call upon law enforcement to explore possible public nuisance violations because the conduct is so widespread that it violates the quiet enjoyment of their property, their comfortable enjoyment of their land.
The sheriff says that's exactly the type of conduct his department is investigating. The department filed misdemeanor and 1 felony charge against 3 YouTubers who were frequently streamed from that area.
But the complaints got to be pretty egregious in that the behavior of those individuals was becoming pretty scary, pretty frightful.
The sheriff says the county attorney's office has been in contact with his department as the case moves forward after both law enforcement and neighbors raised questions.
I have to be concerned for all the citizens.
So as we just heard, and we know, the First Amendment protects speech. Whether the conduct in this case has crossed legal lines, that is a question for the courts to decide. Live in Midtown, I'm Monica Garcia. Sean, back to you.
Oops, and there it is. Wow. So they did say lots of things there.
Yeah, and it makes the streamers look so negative. It's such a terrible
Yes.
light, which is awful.
Sorry about that. Yeah, it does make them look negative, and it's very what's that when it's not even true. It's very what's that?
That's
word?
what I mean. So it makes you, because
Misleading.
we see the behind the scenes of it, it's like we know what the actuals of went down and how they stream and what they're covering, and we know naturally they're not those types of people. So imagine what else they're covering up. It makes you really wonder. Liam just said, Pima County, how about focus on cleaning up the easement next to the road? People have a right to be safe because there's no sidewalk, meaning the county is responsible for making the easement safe. 100%.
And if you look at it, when she was out there, Sue Ellen was out there yelling at Alex. If you look down the hill, there was kids riding little bicycles back and forth. And imagine 2 cars came. I say it all the time. They need somewhere safe to go, and it wasn't safe there. So, like if 2 trucks came or a big car came and they had to get off on the side of the road, they would be on some rocks, cactuses, and javelina or dog feces. which is
Well, they
cool.
also fly down that road too. Did you see the neighbors just storming through Sue Ellen? Like how quick she was going. If there's anyone on that road, it's not going to be good.
There's been a few speeders for sure.
And it's like, this is what you capitalize on for people who do want to keep Nancy's name in the public and continue to shed light on this, because again, there hasn't been much information, and for us to still be chatting about Nancy, like, they should be happy that this is what's going on. Everyone here just wants to know what happened to her, who did this, what is going on. I'm gonna bring Barney in. She is behind stage, so we'll add her. Maybe she has some feedback, and maybe she has her own opinion of what she thinks may have happened.
Oh, Barney's from my chat. I know her well. Hey.
Oh, all right. We're gonna bring you on in, Barney. Welcome, Barney. How are you?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm
Thank you for
recovering.
hopping on.
Thank you. Oh, thanks for having me. I just wanted to say I have physically been on 2 searches. Never did Ellie tell us that we could not search.
Yeah, actually, they threatened these guys with fines if they were even on not trespassing, like just fines for if they were searching publicly in where they were allowed to be. Nanos was going to give them fines.
This is ridiculous, and we would knock on people's doors and ask them if it was okay if we could look around their property, and no one ever refused us. As a matter of fact, everybody would come out of their house and check their property with us.
Yeah, they'd help you out mostly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they had a big farmland, like if it's just 1 or 2 of you, and like you, and if 2 nice people said they were on my property, I would say, yeah, go, and I'll be out there in a second. Let me grab my boots. I'll get a flashlight if it's dark, like I'll come help you.
Yeah, nobody ever batted an eye. They were like, oh my goodness, I didn't know about this. Yes, let me come out with you.
And if they did it on property like this, they could then mark, when they're searching, like when there's a flood and they search the homes, they put a big X to say we've searched here. We can keep track of things if it was more coordinated and done properly. Then we don't have to keep searching the same places twice.
Exactly.
It is wild.
One turned out not good. It was a suicide. And thankfully the first one was found with no problems. It was a teenager that was last seen at a waterfront and then not heard from. So we all gathered and we were checking the water area. Thankfully, it turned out this teenager was picked up by somebody that was prearranged, picked up, and they went off to another county. Just nobody knew where they were. No foul play. The kid wasn't like running away from home. It was just like, oh, okay, I met up with a friend and ended up going elsewhere. So thankfully that turned out okay, but the second one did not. But never once did we have anybody telling us we couldn't search. I don't understand law enforcement not letting anyone search.
What do you think with the Nancy case? Do you feel as if there's a cover up and that's why they're not wanting people to search in that area? How do you feel? What do you feel the reason is? Like, why do they not want the streamers there or search parties there? Why have they not put together any sort of groups of people to put flyers out there? There's been no money put forth getting flyers made. The streamers have been putting their own money towards everything, and people who have been donating it online to get these flyers made for Nancy. So I'm just trying to understand, like, what do you think? Do you think that there's a reason they're not allowing them to search?
I see 2 sides to this. One side is Ellie does not want somebody possibly messing up evidence if Nancy is elsewhere and they do run across evidence. They don't want somebody contaminating that evidence, but if that's the case, just say so. The other thing is, There must be a cover up. Somebody knows something somewhere, and most likely where Nancy or her remains are. But why not just step forward and say that as well? They don't have to comment any further, just make the statement. We don't want any evidence, messed with, or, we know where she is, and that's all I can say. Either way, they could make a statement.
And I think that's what we're trying to understand. Like, why is there no statement? Do you know what I mean?
There's a lot they could say without compromising the case.
And I think that's what everyone's just trying to understand. Like, why can't you tell us a little bit more? We understand, like, you don't want to compromise the case, but just give a little bit more as to why you're not doing X, Y, and Z. I think that's all that people want to know.
Like she was wearing pink Skechers, or she had brown little slippers on. They look like just like this, or anything.
Right, exactly. I don't get it, and that just leads people to speculate, and it creates a bigger ball of yarn. So just come out and make a statement one way or the other. That's all.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you so much for stopping by. We loved what you had to say, and we're gonna keep it going. And thank you so much. And keep sending us messages in the chat. We'd love to have you join again soon. And we want to have someone else join in now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barney. You're awesome.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yes, thank you so much for joining, and we'll have you on soon.
Love to all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. We keep them fresh. Keep them fresh. Even if some people, if we're on for hours, they can kind of regroup, get something fresh, and call back.
That's what I love. I love when we get like everyone's opinions on what they see in their personal eyes. Mm-hmm. So it is nice to hear from Barney, or I would love for Army Vet to come back on if he is in the chat.
Or if you have like 3 or 4 people on, but I've been on panels where they've had, the limit's 10. So I've been on panels where there's 9 or 10 people, and it becomes, sometimes it works out, but a lot of times it doesn't.
One moment, I'm just.
And thank you for putting, you put my link in your chat. So thank you. So if you guys ever want to come, if you want to replace your pinned message so people can come, and mine is pinned, in my comment is pinned Michelle's live stream. So for my people, that pinned comment will take you to Michelle's to say hello. And I think if she pins mine and hers,
that's what I'm trying to do right now.
You got to do that in YouTube. If you hit the right, it'll say replace pinned message.
Got it. We're good.
Awesome. Perfect. Just come and say hey guys, and and always go back. If you can't do both, go back to where you came from, or choose whichever. Anything's fine with me, and just as long as you're smiling and having fun.
Yes, we love it. And I love to hear from everyone. I would love to see if someone else would love to join our chat. And Jelly Rose, thank you so much for the banner and the new photo. I absolutely love it. I'm using it everywhere. You did such an awesome job. Thank you so much again.
Of you, the heels on the ground picture?
Yes, he did such a great job. Super, super talented. Loved it all. I'm quilting said 1 at a time is better in my opinion. Yeah. So if we bring on one guest at a time, I think that would be best. Where do you think this case is going next, Shibby? Do you think that this is leaning into like a cold case, or do you feel like we'll get something in the next few weeks?
I think both, I guess. Every now I go back and forth, right? Like I can see this going on for 20 years, 30 years. And I can also see, for me, when they start breaking, as long as one person starts to, crack and get caught, then they can once you start getting those court hearings and filings, we start learning so much. I'll read every document with you. So,
and that's what I'm hoping for, because last week it was a little noisy, like with everything going on with the Kalella case. Also with that, I wanted to have a conversation quickly, because he got the 5 years probation and then has to go to He has to go to rehab, correct?
Yeah, they took him straight from the courthouse to rehab.
Do you feel like because they really did, I honestly feel like that was just a slap on the wrist, especially these circumstances that we're in, and they're trying to really figure out who did this. Do you feel as if that's going to put like a more, it's going to make more people do it because they feel as if they're not really getting in trouble, I guess?
No, because you never know. It could be a slap on the wrist, or it also could be a, like what they call it, a shot across the bow warning to this, like this judge maybe peed. He showed up with on drugs or with drugs in his system, and he's like, okay, I'm going to put this guy away for a long time. Let's give him one chance to see if he wants to get maybe 5 years in jail or 10. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was a slap on the wrist, because he's got to go back in September, and if he fails this, I can see him getting a book thrown at him. It all depends on how the judge is seeing it.
True.
Because if he didn't want to try to do something, he wouldn't have gave him a chance to get clean. I don't know.
Yeah, and Sky Angel just said, "Why do you guys think they won't bring in the Cajun Navy?" I think that's a big question mark on all of this, is why they won't allow anyone to search, or why they're not responding to anyone's calls. This is people who are willing to give their time to assist, and the fact that it's kind of they're kind of turning their heads to it doesn't really make sense to me.
Oh yeah.
You would think because you have so many people that are willing to lend a hand, that they're going to say, thank you so much. You know what? You're keeping Nancy's name out there. We're going to assist you. Let's put together a fundraiser. Let's get the Cajun Navy in here. Let's get everyone we possibly could, especially because a lot of these online streamers, they have a large following. So the amount of people that could really be hands-on, and the different parts of the world that people are tuning in from, you're getting such a large reach.
And what I always say is, my example, I'll say it every time. I'm not sure if I've told you it, but I've said on my show a million times that guys like Exploring with Jim, look at him. He's outside. He could take his retirement money and go sit in a pool and drink beer all day and do nothing, play with his toys. But he's not. He's out there. He's getting exercise. He's doing good for his community. He's communicating with people as a man. It's good to communicate, because he's not just providing entertainment for his fans. He's also gaining lots by, he says it every time, how much he feels better after talking with his chat for a couple hours. So as men, it's good for us to not bottle up and to be more expressive. If they find a bone, they'll report it. If they find another case, they could help solve something, a cold case, and bring ease to a family. They might find a kitten or a dog with a jar stuck on his head. Like, I mean, they're outside getting exercise, doing stuff. How can anyone have any problem with it?
And that's what I'm saying. They're not breaking the law. They're not on anyone's property. They're literally not doing anything wrong, but assisting on this case. And like you said, other cases. You know, he's found some things out there, Exploring with Jim. Like I followed him for a while while he was out there. And yeah, it could assist in other topics, other cold cases, but it's right now, it's just questionable why we're not getting anything.
AJ found a bone, and he found that motorcycle AJ found. Like, what if that motorcycle was a key to solving a teen boy's murder or something? The family would get ease, or, you know, they called it in.
Yeah.
They take photos of it with their location and send the photos in by text.
Exactly. And that's what I'm not understanding, because again, like even Nanos was like, oh, like we're dependent on you as a community to send in what you think might have happened, or if you have any tips. But that's not realistic to me, because you're not allowing people to be on the ground and inspecting and going to these different spots. So to me, that kind of was a false comment, because what kind of tips are you looking for if you're not really looking to get any sort of assistance from anyone?
Yeah, it's more for, like I said, what Ted does too. When Ted goes around, it's kind of like they're on the news pleading for help. See something, say something. Then you go there with something and try to help, and they look at you like they have no idea what they're talking about.
100%.
So it's
yeah,
just like
even looking back at this is just, it's disgusting to see.
Like, look at Sue Ellen here, parking off, almost running over the side of the road here, This is an intersection. So she's on the wrong side of the road here. This is the right side. She's on the left side of the road, parked in an intersection to yell at people that they shouldn't be doing that. And she's the one breaking the law here. Juice ain't. She is. She's paused in traffic. That's an intersection. That's her road that goes up to her house. And she's on the left side facing the wrong way. Stopped. I don't know if she's drunk. Maybe I'm not saying she is, but it's been said that possibly she might be inebriated sometimes, or not wearing her seatbelt and speeding. Just this here.
I mean, she was driving reckless. You can tell. It's just, it's terrible.
And that young couple that was stopped, that wasn't a YouTuber. She harassed them, literally yelling at them in public, scared them off. And they were nowhere near her property. They were down by Nancy's second driveway, farther down this road. And Sue Ellen's way up the top here. She's out harassing young people who are just not the YouTubers. They were just showed up they got out. That one of them was even crying, looking at the flowers.
Even the memorial is taken down. That, I think that's the part that I also don't, there's so many different ways that this is going, to the fact that we're not having an understanding why the memorial is taken down, why we're not seeing pictures of Nancy. And it's a shame, because I feel like you're not doing any justice for Nancy. You're not doing any justice for this case. Why is it kept quiet? Why are we not hearing more?
I know. Yeah.
Shelly said, I think Nanos is waiting on the DNA stuff. If that doesn't come through with anything, he might ask for help, maybe. Well, I think it's now in the FBI's court anyway. I think that Nanos sent it to their Florida lab and it came back with nothing. And now the FBI has the DNA and they have sent it out. And since then, we have not heard anything back. We're hoping that that's going to have some sort of information. But from what I heard, the Florida lab did not give us any new DNA information, or it didn't match up with anything.
With all those extra ways now, the familial DNA and all the extra things we can do now. It's gotta be
and it was also like a waste. That was such a waste of time, I feel, because he didn't let the FBI take that from the beginning. You would think they would have the most effective locations of where to send DNA. And the fact that it went to Florida, came back, it's just wasting time to me, because he wanted to be the big boy in the case and try to do all these things. But in reality, like, he has done nothing, is what it seems like.
And with these guys, did you see the whole arrest thing when they showed up? I don't know if we've talked about it. When Juice was getting his second thing or whatever, the Pinal County sheriffs from next door called him to warn him about the sheriffs that were just about walking up on him to arrest him. Did you see that?
Can we watch that?
It's not here. I'd have to find it. But did you know what I'm talking about? Did you remember?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I watched all of it as this was happening. Like, I was watching their lives as this was going down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that Alex had everything. Like, I feel like Alex's was super hard to watch because of how it went down. And it was just very thankful that everything got dropped for him.
Yeah, I do remember Chris was on with me live when we were watching it. And I had Alex's live and I had Juice's up in the corner. Or, yeah, it was Juice was there, right? No, Juice wasn't there. No, he was by himself that day.
It was 857.
Right?
Oh yeah, Alex was by himself. When the Juice went, it was 857 and him, and then 857 just he got the ticket, but it was a misdemeanor. That has also been dropped.
Oh, here it is here. Obviously he's got tons of them. Yeah, it's right here. Is it the first? Yeah, I'll check. Which day was it? It's been about 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
It's gotta be this one here. Unless he's replaying videos.
He probably is replaying it too, because a lot of people were asking for the details on it.
Oh, it's a short one actually, because I remember he was only there for a few minutes. So I'll go back.
Yeah, they got there real quick.
Yeah. So I'll look for just a short live stream. How's that? Because it was very short. Because I remember he just arrived. So here's an hour. I think it was even like 40 minutes or so. You'll probably
Barney wrote, there was enough blood for several blood samples. FBI and Pima County could have both sent samples to their own labs. which I don't understand why that wasn't done either. Did Pima County take all of the blood samples and send them out and they came back with no DNA trace and then provide them to the FBI? It would have helped if they worked more as a team rather than like two different departments. I understand now Nanos is also saying, you know, he has like 12 guys that are on it daily that work alongside the FBI agents. So hopefully they're able to pull something together.
So this is the first time Juice got the ticket. They didn't take him. So it's going to be after this, right?
Okay.
'Cause
Yep.
I remember they were parked farther back.
He was with 857 the day that he got
Yeah.
taken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because
this-
he's
this is
alone
the
here.
First day. So I'll keep this one. Actually, I'll go back. I'll open up a new window because that's interesting. That's the first one where you got just like the summon, the misdemeanor.
The
thing.
misdemeanor. Yep.
Yeah. So it was after that one. But I do remember like he just arrived and he was there barely 15, 30.
It was quick.
So he's got lots. Oh, I'm in his videos. That's why. He's also done lots of things on it too, where he's covered it afterwards, rightfully so, obviously.
I mean, raising awareness for this to show what Pima County is doing to the streamers is huge, but also like Nanos is saying it proudly of what he's doing, but it's not legal.
Right. It's I mean, he's on the side of the road and he's in public, he's in a public space where he's allowed to be. And people can say they're loitering, but he's not, because he's collecting information to disseminate it amongst his peers. And that's your First Amendment right as Americans. It's in your First Amendment, free press. And if you're not breaking the law, you should be appalled. Even if you don't agree with those guys being there, you should be appalled that the law is coming down on people not breaking the law. Your fellows.
And they were claiming like, oh, it's to help the neighbors heal. Honestly, the neighbors to me have done nothing for Nancy. They've seemed like all they have done is complain. So they should be happy someone is out there.
Wasn't it the next day when he got arrested?
Oh, is that it right there? Oh,
I'm not sure. Because this is the one, this is that first one I had open. I'm not even sure. It could be this one here. So that's the first time he got it. There. That's the one I had open, no? The 7 hours and 20 minutes. When he got arrested and taken away, it was short. It's got to be this one, 15 minutes. It has to be.
Yeah, let's see.
Or if anybody knows, let me know in chat, because they always help us out. No, this isn't it.
I think, was that covering it?
I'm not even sure anymore. If anybody knows where that second one is, because that's when the Pinal counties call, and it's amazing. Pinal County sheriffs call up and say, hey, I'm Rob. I'm a Pinal County sheriff, and they're not allowed to keep you detained more than 30 minutes. When does the neighboring sheriff's department call up a man sitting on the side of the road getting arrested to help advise him of his rights?
A lot of it to me is personally, again, this is my personal opinion. I feel like because of the way, I think it was racism, a lot of it. Personally,
Sure.
I think that that's part of it, 100%. I personally think.
Yeah, for sure. He doesn't look like them. Even Alex.
Yeah. Like they came out there, they made a stink about it, and then they did things that shouldn't have been okay to do.
Maybe we'll find this another time, because I'm doing that whole looping, searching.
Yeah.
I should have been better prepared.
And I can remove it too if you want to take time to look through. I could also take you off the screen so you don't.
Yeah, you can do other things. You can take that down, and I'll keep looking for it in the background if you wanted to.
There you go.
You can put up a screen share and share photos or anything.
Make sure. Oh, thank you, Thomas. Thomas said, make sure to give Michelle a like and subscribe. Oh, thank you so much. And Shibby as well. Please follow and like Shibby's channel. He's been amazing. I love doing these collabs. I feel like it's so fun to talk with people who actually care, I feel like, or even care to have this conversation. I think that that's a big deal because, like I've noted from the beginning, a lot of people don't know either who Nancy Guthrie is or what is going on with this case. I feel like that's been really concerning to me, because I don't understand how you're not keeping up to date, that they still have not found Nancy. There's no new information that's being told to us. It's just really
Also,
upsetting.
I'd like to add, I love these collabs too, but these heels are uncomfortable.
He's wearing the heels, everyone. He's got his heels on the ground.
Oh gosh, I'm taller, but they're very uncomfortable. How do you guys walk around in these?
Oh, I love them. Everyone tells me it's an art because I can walk all day in heels. And they're like, that is an art that you can sit in the heels all day and work. I mean, I enjoy it.
Like high ones?
High ones,
like,
yeah. I'm only 5 feet tall, so I love wearing heels. Oh,
and they
Patriot
don't hurt
Pride's
your
in the
feet?
chat. What'd you say?
They don't hurt your feet?
No, I love them.
Okay, I thought they looked more uncomfortable than.
I think it's dependent on the person, because some people hate them, some people love them. Up and down stairs, whatever.
I'd be fine with the pair of Skechers. I think for me, I'm that whole I worry about other people, so it would be your comfort that would be most important to me. So I would, if you had to go, Skechers would be fine with me. If you needed to wear anything.
Miss Barney said shibby heels and a onesie.
yeah, right. A velvet onesie. I always joke. Hey, Adam, what's up?
Chat.
Hi, Adam.
Adam, we'd love to have you join if you want to hop on.
The links.
I tuned into his live last night. I think it was last night or Sunday. Those 2 days are blending, but I did hop onto his live and watch.
The links aren't pinned. The links are pinned to get us to each other's chat. I'll put the StreamYard link in again too.
Oh, I can do that as well. Oh, you want to do that on your chat? I'll leave you up in mine.
No. I'm not going to pin it. I just dropped it in there.
Oh, that's perfect.
So keep our regular ones. Just know that the StreamYard link, will put it in. If we see anybody that wants to come on, let us know.
Hey, Beach Girl, welcome on in. Come in and chat. We want to hear your thoughts about where you think this case currently is with Nancy. We want to know how you feel. Do you still feel as if this was a ransom situation? Do you feel there was more behind this? Do you think that the case is going cold, or do you think we're going to get more information? Again, my personal feeling is if this was planned. I personally feel as if this was a planned homicide. I don't think, and Shibby could have a different opinion as me, I personally don't think that those ransom letters were real, because they have not been confirmed. My opinion can change based on new information that comes out, but I think that this along was a planned homicide. Personal opinion as of now, and that can change. But based on the facts of what we currently have, very little confirmation on anything. Seems like there's a lot of cover-ups going on. They're not letting a lot out from the beginning. It's just concerning.
Very, very.
Very concerning. It's concerning that a civilian can just go missing from their home, 84-year-old woman, and to still not be found 5 months later.
Like for me, in this day and age, like it's ridiculous, because every court case I watch, it's so much evidence with technology. Like there's 5 different ways to trace you with your phone. There's the fog reveal, the Google ad data. There's all these different ways to trace people, and then there's all these cameras. And why the whole, like, a car drove up my street to kidnap someone, I would be able to tell them exactly what time they came, exactly what time they left, type of car, the license plate, everything.
And nothing was heard. Like there was no dogs barking at that time of night. To see, like I said, if there's the 2 back doors open, how they said they were propped open, blood on the front porch, there was definitely a struggle of some sort. You would think that something in the neighborhood would have picked that up. And to me, I would be super fearful living there and not knowing, who did this, why they did this, when did it actually happen? We also have a new guest, Wayne. I'm going to bring him on in. Welcome, Wayne. Thank you so much for coming on.
Good evening. Good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, you were the people's champ the other night. Everyone loved you. So we have Shibby in the on as well. Shibby Wayne. I think you might
Hi,
have been on
Wayne.
Shibby when Wayne was on. I'm not sure though. You might have came on
I may
after.
have.
Good
Hey,
evening,
Wayne, what's up?
baby. How are you? How's it going?
Good. Hey.
So Wayne, what do you personally think? Do you think that this was a planned, do you still think it was a ransom, or do you think that it was more of a homicide? I'm curious to think, like, has your thoughts changed from the
You know,
beginning of the start?
the more I um look at it and the more I read into it, and especially, doing some research on some of the stuff Army Vet was talking about when he was on, and just understanding the things that happen in that area, and a lot of the disappearances and a lot of the unexplained things that happens in that area of the country. I am really starting to lean towards this was something a lot bigger, and everything that came after it was just a cover up, because I don't think Nancy was the intended target, but I think she stumbled into something, and then because of who she is, and who Savannah is, and the danger of information getting leaked to the public, everything after that is starting to like a cover up to try to make it look targeted because they don't want to expose something bigger.
And do you think the reason they went for Nancy is because she probably was like the easiest target because she's older? Like we said, that person was very familiar with her area, especially if they put out.
Well, I think that I'm starting to lean towards the belief that it just happened to be her. It was, she was like wrong place, wrong time, and then once they started to find out who she actually was, that's when the cover up started, because they don't want the real information of whatever is really happening in that area and really happening to people out there, and whatever really happened to Nancy, they don't want to really expose. So that's when they did all of the cover up, because like Shibby was just saying not too long ago, like in this day and age, you can't sneeze or walk past somebody's front door and break wind without some kind of camera picking it up and then being able to pinpoint exactly where it was, what you did, and what you ate. So it is almost impossible, for something of this scale to happen and there to be no video of it, nobody seeing anything, nobody knows anything. That doesn't happen unless somebody wants you to not find that information, or just wants you to not see that video.
Yeah, I haven't heard the break wind thing for a while. That was funny.
Yeah.
Break wind.
Yeah, and it's also like that person had to have it very much pre-planned. They knew, I don't know, I feel like they might have had her as a target planned, but it's also like, did Nancy ever make it home? Well, I guess she had to make it home because they found her blood. But where's the video of that? You know what I mean? I feel like there's no footage of whatever happened to Nancy, like from the Uber back from Annie and Tommaso's to when she got in the home. It's like, what does that person want with her? Do you know what I mean?
How did we get such clear video of the perpetrators, but we don't have any video of Nancy getting out of that Uber and coming into the house?
Yeah, like you would have to think they were able to recover more video footage than just that small amount. And again, that they probably may not be leaking that to the public, because if it is just Nancy getting dropped off by Tommaso per se, like maybe they just don't feel like there's reason to provide that. But also, like, wouldn't you want to have people to stop coming at Tommaso by just showing like, okay, he did drop her off? Beach Girl said, I feel like there is footage inside the house that they aren't releasing. That would be.
I'm not a big fan with cameras inside your houses. Do you guys keep cameras in your homes? I don't.
Not inside my house, but outside.
Not inside.
I see people do that. That's good.
Yeah, too many people can hack and get access to those cameras. I'm not a fan of that at all.
Yeah, especially if the people there's a website where you can go look at those cameras where people aren't changing the default passwords.
Yeah, I just get worried because she's an older woman and they weren't paying the subscription on her Ring camera. So they were kind of letting it just not record anything. And again, maybe they felt as if that neighborhood was safe, but for Savannah to be in a public eye, I feel like you have to know there's always a chance for something to go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, with those cameras, you can get subscriptions, but the ones I use, you don't need them. They're Wise cameras, $40. They're beautiful. You can put a 128 gigabyte SD card in it and access it all for free from your phone. They're like $40 plus the card is like $5 or $10. I wouldn't know. I don't know why people are using these Ring doorbells. I mean, it's cute to see when your food arrives, but you need a camera up high on the corner of your home, not accessible to people. And that's a bad angle. And it's 10. Hers is even worse because it's 10 feet in. You know, it blocks everything. Like most people, at least if they don't have that little cubby, they'd have at least coverage of their front lawn whole. You know, but those cameras are no good. You got to have cameras up on the corners of your homes. 3 or 4 of them to cover a square or rectangle building, and it'll cover everything. At least 4.
Do you feel as if, Wayne, that the case is going to get solved? Do you feel as if, looking at this, do you feel as if we're going to get more?
I don't feel like it's going to get solved, and because the longer it goes on, and the more that they let pile up and more, unanswered questions they let pile up, it's starting to feel like it's not going to get solved because the powers that be don't want it solved. For some reason, it feels like this is that whatever the truth behind this is hidden for a reason, and the truth that like powers that be just don't want the truth in this case to come out. And I don't know if it's because the local authorities are involved. I don't know if it's because of the people being involved being connected to other crimes in the area. I don't know if it has something to do with Savannah and her past and them not wanting, but for some reason there's something that is making them withhold evidence and be slow on the investigation. And the truth is they want this truth to stay hidden for some reason.
That's where I feel like we kind of are. Like they have way too much. It's way too much of a cover up. And like I said, where is that cover up lying? Is it in multiple? Is there multiple cover ups? Is it within the family? Is it also within, obviously we know the Pima County Sheriff's, there's a lot going on there. But does the family know more than what they're sharing? Like, are they being told more from Pima County or the FBI? I'm just trying to understand that. Like, why are we not able to have
you have family
closure with this?
You have family members missing. You have the family members that are present being oddly mysterious with their communication and quiet. No communication from the authorities. People that are going to help being arrested and harassed and discouraged from coming to try to help and find out what's really going on. It is a perfect storm of we want this to stay hidden happening right now.
That's what it is. We're bringing Army Vet back on. Welcome, Army Vet.
Airborne, Michelle, Shibby, Wayne. I'm ready. I got my pencil and paper and my y'all gave me a headache last time. I'm writing this down.
Have you moved to a new location? Have you got yourself to a new location so they can't track you?
Yes, and I got my piece of paper to what I can't talk about because she was asking me too many hard questions last time.
It's just
too hard.
It's hard for civilians to wrap their head around it because you look up to higher ups as protection and you feel as if you're not being protected currently, and to know that like we chatted about before, that cameras went down, that Nancy was taken from her house. And I think I have my personal opinion. Again, these are all opinions, they're theories, we don't have confirmation on anything. It's alleged that this was a planned homicide. Again, I personally just don't think that they ever had the thoughts to return Nancy safe. Personally, I think this was staged.
Question for y'all three. What makes you think the dude at the doorbell knew who he was kidnapping?
I think that was someone who was just placed there. I don't think that person was the one that was inside of the house, because of the way that they said that he was dressed as an amateur. that he had like the gun hanging from the back. Again, I always reference that because that was something that they pointed out, because easily they said during a kidnapping that person could have pulled the gun out. And I don't know if he maybe was sloppy because he knew Nancy was older, but I personally think that that person at the front was just placed there and was kind of just there to get something on camera. What do you guys think?
Are you asking?
I'm asking everyone. Army vet, Wayne, what do we think? Like, do we think that that person is a real person, or do we think it was a decoy?
Well, like I said earlier, I'm starting to believe that all of that was staged stuff. Once they figured out who they had to start to, I think that's all part of the narrative they're putting out to throw us off of the scent of what's really going on or what actually really did happen. And even the whole scenario surrounding the Uber home, because I mean, if I'm putting my 80-year-old mother,
well, they're saying Tommaso brought her home. They're saying the Uber.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that as well until they confirmed no, it was Tommaso who returned her home.
See, I thought they put her in an Uber home, and I'm like, were they not tracking the Uber?
Yes, that's why I'm saying that was also odd. But people are saying it took her like 2 minutes to get from Tommaso's car inside of the garage. There's just a lot of misled information here, and that's why I think with the cameras going down in the area, with that man who was in the front, in front of the camera, I don't think that that would have been someone who actually went in and took Nancy, because if the FBI had that video, you would think that he'd be easily would get tracked. For us to still not be able to find that man, it to me doesn't make sense, because the FBI is able to, with all the technology they have, like you said, Army vet, like things went down that night, and it's a little bit fishy. I think that they potentially may know who that person is in the front already. Like you said, it was someone hired. It could have been someone from the higher ups. What are your thoughts?
No way. Because I've worked with the BAU before, and I also understand two things that most of the American public understand. For some reason, the time fell off. If the time is off, that tells me they're using the time with the ransom note. Meaning, if I know this time is off that I'm giving to the public, and that ransom note has the same time I'm giving to the public, then I know the ransom note is lying. In my opinion, that's why the timeline feels off. Because if the timeline is off, the only people that would know this is the FBI and Nancy's kidnappers and the ransom note. I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers, because the timeline feels off.
The timeline is definitely off. And you also, the way that they showed the video footage, they also showed the masked man there, potentially a few days prior. We're still not having confirmation on that too, that he was there more than one time that one night. So it doesn't make sense. Like, was that leaked accidentally, not thinking that that timestamp was there, and they already had that, they planted him there as a decoy? I don't know. I'm questioning everything now.
Like, do we even know what type of was that a Ring camera that they have? Like, what type?
Nest.
A Nest camera. And I'm not like, who else had access to the cameras besides Nancy? Because
they didn't pay for like the subscription, so there was no recording of which is also crazy. Like, the woman's 84 years old, and they didn't pay for the membership monthly, so nothing was being recorded on there. It was just the FBI was able to get it from the cloud, I guess. Am I correct?
I think there's a bit of it that uploaded before or after the power went off or something.
Yeah.
Or it was on the device. Adam will know. I've gone over this so many times, my head is spinning.
Yeah.
Before I make a statement, I always give y'all a fact. Then I say allegedly. Then I make y'all draw your own conclusion. Over in the Iran war versus Israel, Iran is using ring cameras and Nest cameras to target their bombs closer towards, so your cameras can be hacked. That's the enemy we're dealing with. If we can do it, they can do
they're
it.
using their citizens. They're using their citizens.
They're using their citizens. Yes, they're hacking into their ring cameras and Nest cameras. So if they can do it, we can do it. You give me Shibby?
Yeah, I hear you. I didn't even think of that.
Now go check, research, is Iran using Nest cameras and ring cameras? So if you know they're doing it now, all of a sudden, here's something that I've been withholding. The FBI have y'all thinking about when the Wi-Fi went down. Do y'all understand the Wi-Fi was up around the entire area at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1, 2, till 3. They withholding, they got all that video evidence. And if they don't have that video evidence, now we have a problem. But you forgot their ring cameras was on the entire time. Up till 3 o'clock. Where's that footage?
Right. Where's the rest of it?
That's why the neighbors don't want y'all there.
They're just not releasing it.
That's why the neighbors don't want y'all. They are terrified y'all gonna put this together, that they should have camera footage all the way up to the Wi-Fi blackout. Forgot about that, y'all?
But I think there's a whole talk about they didn't have the subscription, so that was up in the cloud and they'd have to go get it or something. I don't know.
No, that's Nancy. I'm talking about the neighborhood. The entire neighborhood, even after 3 o'clock, Shibby, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That camera footage is out there.
Well, even like businesses around the area or other spots, like there has to be other camera footage where they could locate a potential car or they know more and they're just not telling us. And that's what's kind of frustrating too, because it's like, if you had a potential car that you feel like you're looking for, you would be able to get the community to locate that. Like with the Brian Koberger case, they knew the type of car that he had. That's how they located him. Like someone in the building was like, oh, I forgot. I think it was campus security. And they were like, this matches the vehicle that they were looking for. How is that not being noted right now?
Because they got y'all looking at a ransom note, and as soon as y'all get close, they're gonna have y'all looking at a crypto. As soon as y'all get close, they're gonna have y'all looking at the crackhead dude that got off. And as soon as y'all get close, they're gonna bring y'all back to the DNA. And as soon as y'all get close, they're gonna bring y'all back to the back door. As soon as
Are you saying we're like squirrels in there just throwing nuts to distract us?
Y'all are the intel operators. That's how I treat y'all. Y'all should never be triggered by evidence y'all already had. Y'all had everything that they've given you from day one. Y'all should be forming y'all a think tank. And when they give you information, y'all should be looking at, why are you giving us this? You see what I'm saying? Ask questions, but don't be led by the media and the government. Don't ever be led by them. We don't even trust them.
Well, and also that's Thomas wrote in the chat, can't they still hear you if the ring camera is completely off? And I know you said yes. So it's also like, weren't they able to pick up sounds from that night as well? I know, like, you know what I mean? Like if they were able to hear any sort of conversations that was going on between Nancy and the kidnappers, or, you know what I mean? Like there has to be more.
Do you know they changed the law last month? You know, geofencing is now illegal. So even if they had the information that we want illegally by the Constitution, because they just ruled geofencing is a constitutional violation of everybody's Fourth Amendment rights.
Yeah.
So even if they had,
is that like the The fog reveal, is that the same as that fog reveal where it's like your ad tracking data, Google's or something?
No, you know when a FBI unit hit a scene and they do geofencing, the Constitution, where the Supreme Court just ruled, just because you want to find one person, my data, Michelle's data, Wayne's data, and your data should not be exposed to the government to find one person.
Like the Fourth Amendment, unreasonable search and seizures.
There you go. So even if they have what y'all say we think they have, they are not allowed to bring it to court. So they got to find another way to, you see what I'm saying? So I think they knew. Yep.
Go on. No, go on. Sorry.
No, you got it. You understand what
I was going to say, and so they can't let us know they have it because they shouldn't have it, right?
There you go.
Oh.
Senator Kelly, Fourth Amendment violation. These are violations.
The civil rights violations. Yeah. Big time.
Can't track American citizens.
And
Bluetooth.
Armavette, do you think that this was for ransom, or do you think this was something higher for like a staged, something else that was staged? Like they never had the thoughts to return Nancy safely. Do we feel, I personally am thinking that, again, just how my opinion currently in that can change, but that's how I'm feeling. I never felt as if they were going to return her. Because like we said, she's older. How do you keep someone like that in the state that they did? You know what I mean? Like, this is just how I'm feeling currently.
I feel that she was going to be returned in 2 days.
Oh, okay.
I feel what you're saying, what everybody's saying, this is a cover up. The government, this. I believe the kidnappers were feeding her the exact same information where check your government, they are bad, they are evil. Everything that we're saying, I think they were the kidnappers from overseas were telling Nancy this. And I believe Savannah was going to have that interview and reveal all this about our government. By her not coming back, none of this will ever come out. It would just be considered conspiracy theory and speculation. If she would have came back, all of this would have been out. Every little bit of it.
So Nancy couldn't return home.
There you go. When she got taken, how she got taken, what language they were speaking, she would have said everything.
Do you think that she was awake though during that time? I was thinking that because I don't know. I feel like they would have made her unconscious.
Why?
So she wouldn't scream, or do you think they just had her wrapped up? That's the part I'm trying to understand. Like,
if I put a gun to the back, remember now, I'm acting as military. If I put a gun to the back of your head, you're gonna shut up.
Yeah.
And if you go outside and say something, I'm gonna put that gun to the side of your face, and I know you're gonna shut up then. You know what I'm saying? You have to think like them, honestly.
And why do you think though that the homicide squad was brought in right away? Do you feel as if like the house itself had a lot of
what they seen inside? Yeah, what they seen inside.
So there was a lot of potentially blood and
don't know, but they, in order to bring something inside. That's why we don't have any pictures of what's inside. Usually the FBI will release it. This where she was taken. They'll show you everything. You ain't seeing nothing about the inside of that house. They withhold things for a reason. Remember that. I don't go into why. I just know when they withhold something, they're withholding the timeline. They're withholding the attack in the house. They're withholding what route she took. They're withholding the video evidence around the neighborhood. Wayne, am I preaching? Am I going too far? Should be close?
No, I love it. No, I'm
You're
loving
right
it.
in line with what I believe.
let's see. Liz just said, I didn't think this before, but I'm starting to now. They are hiding something. No searches. Annie and Tommaso is hiding no information being given. Maybe this really was a hit over Savannah's reporting.
Wow.
That's
Then
the
why not
question.
Savannah? Then why not Savannah? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that she was just an easy target. Like no, taking an 83, 84-year-old woman out of her house, don't you feel like that would have been an easier target? Because I originally said, why not Annie? But a lot of people in the chat were like, well, she has Tommaso with her.
Right.
I just think she would have been someone easy to take, but also someone you would actually, if you were planning on returning her, you would have to keep her up to par, like making sure that she was kept healthy. Why would you hurt her as much as you did? Because again, we saw the blood, homicide team was in there. It makes you think that a lot went on inside of that house. And that she was probably not well off from the time she left the house, is what I'm thinking.
In kidnapping cases, being from overseas, Afghanistan, and the rest of it, the only kidnappers that kidnap older people and keep them alive in hostage situation is the Middle East and Israel and Iran. You never see this in South America. You never see this in Africa. You never see this in Russia. You never see this in China. You know what I'm saying? The only other culture that kidnap older people is that little war. That's why it's so, because anything, scare the shit out that old lady.
But
you know
also,
what I'm saying?
if you're planning to kidnap somebody, if you're a professional planning to kidnap somebody with plans of returning that person, you're not going to kidnap an elderly person on medication that she needs at a certain time. And, there's too many variables if you're planning to return this person that could go wrong and cause her death in between. So that's why I don't believe that if she was a target, they weren't planning on bringing her back. But I still believe that she was just the wrong place at the wrong time, and she was not the target. Because if the plans were to return her, then she's the worst target to try to kidnap and return. You don't pick an elderly person who you're gonna be transporting from here to there possibly, and you have to make sure they're taking their medication properly and all of this stuff. You pick somebody that you can move location to location and can get in and out and can move easily. That's if you're planning and you're a professional and you're planning on returning that person. That's who you pick. You don't pick the person who can, who would die easily with something going wrong, one little thing going wrong, or if it goes longer than you anticipate. Now you have to worry about her medication and all of this stuff. So I honestly don't think that she was the target if the plan was to return her.
And where's her pacemaker? That's another question, because they had the sniffer out in the beginning and they were originally, searching for her that way to try to see if they were able to pick her up. But to me, it's like, did they remove that from her? Like how, because again, the pacemaker would still be operating if it was still inactive. Do you know what I mean? Whether she's with us or if she's not with us, the pacemaker would still be working. So
it's
that's
two ways.
what I'm trying to understand.
It's two ways it wouldn't be picked up. And that's what we do, work with the drones. There's two ways that pacemaker wouldn't be picked up. That would be if it's lower than 60 feet deep and if it's in a Faraday cage. Then the only two ways our drones wouldn't pick her up. If she's in a tunnel, like 50 to 60 feet inside concrete, like a storm drain, or Bluetooth, the equipment we have can't go lower than 40. That's why most terrorists go underground. 40, 50 feet, we can't go in a Faraday cage. Most executives overseas, their car is laced with a Faraday cage, so no signal can get in and can get out. But that's overseas. So seeing this over here is shocking. So you see what I'm saying? Seeing the counter moves, I'm like, this is some overseas stuff.
And that's what I think is interesting, because in the beginning of this case, remember they kept saying this person wasn't intelligent. Look at the way they're dressed. Look at where their gun is placed. And honestly, it seems like this was very thought out. Like they had this planned from start to the end of it, exact steps of, they knew exactly where to get into Nancy's, how to get into Nancy's, who was doing it, what they were doing. It just doesn't make sense. Patriot Pride just asked for the link. Chibi, can you drop it in the chat?
In yours? I can't in yours.
Oh, or in
Well,
the
mods,
here,
only you or mods can.
let
Is
me
he in
see
mine
if
or yours?
because remember mine wasn't sending the right one before. Let me see if I could find the one that I
Just
sent to you.
I think if you just copy and paste the one that's in the browser, or you can just click invite.
Oh, you're right. Hold on.
It's the same one in the browser.
Sorry, guys. I'm
I
learning.
love the chat. Y'all know I love y'all chat. Y'all give me some of the greatest ideas. Being an intelligence, it's like getting a breadcrumb and trying to break it. So a lot of it is I'm military, but hearing y'all conversations make me crack the code even more.
Yeah.
And into
Or give you
myself.
another part of the equation to help you get a little closer.
Yeah, Shibby, exactly. Because being up there with I don't get, they separate us from y'all. So hearing how could this get started and that is very intriguing to me. That's why I'm listening. What up, Patriot? Player.
Yes, welcome in.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
Patriot Pride. I watched your live the other night. It was very, very good.
Thank you.
Hey, Adam. What's up, bud? How you doing?
What's up, Shibby? Doing well, man. How you doing?
Blue Cats.
I'm awesome, bro. Good to see you.
What's up, Wayne? What's up, Army Vet?
Oh, Dave.
Good evening.
What are your thoughts? Are you tuning in? Army Vet always has the best feedback. I feel like it makes our head spins, but it gives us insight from someone who's from another angle of this. You know, he's not a civilian. He knows what goes on, and I'm sure you get it as well.
Yeah, definitely. No, I always love to hear, his insight. He's definitely very intelligent and knows what he's talking about. So I do think sometimes this is so crazy that sometimes it looks like it's so far out there, right? And it's so well planned, and that I do think it is. But I think that maybe sometimes we overanalyze it as well. And I think, it always goes back to my theory, or one of my main theories is, what evidence do we have? What are the facts that we know? And then we put those pieces of the puzzle together to form really what makes the most sense and who has the most to gain out of this,
Do you feel like this was something that was planned? Do you feel like it was for ransom, or do you think it was for something else? I think that's a big question mark, because we still don't have confirmation if the two ransom letters were confirmed that they are real. Again, I'm so back and forth on that now, because yes, they did point out things that were the Apple Watch and the way certain lighting was and things like that. So it does make you feel like, okay, that was real. But also it makes me feel like maybe that was sent on purpose to make it look like a ransom. I don't know. I'm so back and forth. My opinion changes every day.
I definitely think the notes were a distraction or a deflection tactic, in my opinion. I think that she was always the target for elimination, unfortunately. I don't think that anybody that's going to, try to get somebody for ransom or kidnapping is going to spend, if the timeline's correct, that amount of time in the house. They're going to get somebody and get out of there. And, it's just so unfortunate that we can't really form a really good theory or hypothesis based on the information that we have. So, if we just got a little bit more information and they were a little bit more transparent, then, we could definitely go in a better course here. But we have, and that's, I think, why we go so deep sometimes. And even us, I mean, we put 14 or 15 different theories out there, because we don't have any information to go on. And I think we have to look at everything right now. And sometimes, I mean, it does look like these people were very intelligent, and they were high level, and, they had to be in with someone or something higher than we most of us know. But then you go back again and say, why? What is the motive behind that? And everything that I try to think about always, I try to go back to, again, what is the evidence we have and what makes the most sense.
And that's what's really hard, because it's like, what does make sense right now? Like, what evidence are they even confirming? I think that's where I kind of get stuck, because it's like, what in theory, what happened that night? Like, did she ever get home? I guess yes, because there's blood outside. And I keep going back and forth. I'm just trying to understand how she got from point A to point B that night, how no one heard anything, how there's no footage outside of just what we're seeing, or if there is, or just not sharing it. And that's kind of where I get hung up. I'm just trying to understand why they're not giving us just a little bit more information and why they're not keeping her name out there. Why is there no flyers? Why are they taking down her memorial? Why are they not putting together searchers? Because Savannah has the money. Like right now, the streamers down there, they were paying for flyers out of their own pocket. And it's like, why are you not paying for that at least, or putting together search parties, which makes me think they know more.
Yeah, I've always thought that. Good point, Michelle. Like, imagine when Alex was sitting there, or Juice or 857 was sitting there. Imagine Savannah pulled up and said, "Hey, here's 10,000 beautiful color flyers I've had printed up. Can you guys, if you're out there, hand them to anyone you want. Thank you guys, and have a great day, and just carry on," or something, you know, or somebody on behalf of Savannah.
Or just keeping her memorial there. That is what makes me question, what is everyone's, like, are they trying to hide this? Do they not want to find the outcome? Do they not, they want to sweep this under the rug? Is this the first case that Pima County has had to handle where it was a missing person that potentially turned into a homicide?
Pima County is, I mean, I'm sure there's great law enforcement there, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's not, but the leadership is terrible, and it's been terrible. And people can go and look at the history of Pima County and the botched cases, and you know, all of the things that they've had going on there. I mean, they've had, I think, 60 deaths inside the jail just in the last 5 years at least. And so
I heard that.
Yeah, and we don't hear about that, and they don't want to get this stuff out there. And if it's not Nanos's narrative, he doesn't want it out, and he'd rather not solve a case than ask for help, because the help or the answers are not coming from him. He's just a very egotistical, narcissistic person, and if you look at his career, he's always been that way. And I think there's a reason behind that. I think he's got connections that go deep, and I think that he was placed where he's placed for a reason. And you know, I think that everything happens for reasons, and Army Vet knows that. People are placed in positions for reasons, and you know, the reason nothing's happened to him is because of the connections that he has.
Figurehead, yeah, and also him not letting, he doesn't want anyone else to solve it because it'll make him look bad. You're right.
Yeah, he's a puppet.
Certainly.
And that's why he wants the streamers gone, because he doesn't want them to find anything else out. It'll make him look bad. Like, how did he not figure this out? I mean, that's just, again, my opinion of what I see, but it doesn't make sense for why they want to remove everything Nancy right now. It seems like, why do they want to sweep this under the rug? They're obviously, to me, it seems like they're hiding something.
Did you guys see, oh, go on.
I'm sorry, Shimmy. Another theory that 857 strongly believes is that Kelly is going to put his name in the hat for presidency, and they want to try to keep this thing on a down low as much as possible. And I guess they think if they can keep it, you know, out of the media, then it'll stay out of the media. But it seems to me that they would, you know, it would be just the reverse, that they would try to get this out there as much as possible and try to solve this and make them look good. But I think they're just going about it the wrong way. And I think he's trying to, like you said, sweep it under the rug, unfortunately. And all of the things that go on in that county, they just try. And that's why they did want the streamers gone. They don't want the truth being exposed. And, you know, those guys, you know, some great friends of mine, and they were really starting to expose the truth on Nancy and Pima County and Nanos in general.
So Mark went back the other day. Did you guys all see that?
Yeah, he didn't get in trouble or anything.
No.
Do you think we'll ever have any answers, Army Vet, Wayne, Patriot Pride? Like, do you think we're ever going to get closure for Nancy? Do you think we're ever going to find her, or do you think she's gone? Like, there's no way of ever getting her back. I don't think she's with us. I'm just curious if we're ever going to bring her back home.
Well, I think that I think that the family pretty much already knows what happened and has their closure. So I don't think publicly, I don't feel that there'll ever be any public closure. I think like Patriot Pride just said, they want this swept under the rug um, as fast as possible. And I think that they're just going to keep smothering the flames until it dies out and people's attention is on to something different. So I don't think there's any push or any urgency to get the answers, because really the public are the only ones that are searching for answers. It seems like everybody else is kind of content with this kind of going away.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone is content with not finding out where Nancy is. It feels like the family, Pima County, the FBI. That is just how I feel. Again, there's been no memorial for her. Yeah, like Thomas, Real J saying, it seems like there's no urgency.
There's also that feeling of we can't sell this house with all these YouTubers constantly around. It looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
We could sell this house or something.
Army vet, what do you think about that question?
All the people y'all are naming, and I'm representing the 0.00 SIPRNet intelligence division. We're talking Trump, Kash Patel, Senator Kelly, FBI, NSA, CIA. These are my bosses. And if they don't want, they know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's exactly yeah.
They know.
That's perfectly said. I don't think we're not going to hear anything unless the FBI takes ownership of the case, and it's their case, and they come out with the information, or there's a change in leadership. One of those two things.
I agree.
Well, look what we're learning now is 7 years later, they're doing that MK Ultra hearing stuff and getting that info out now. That was 70 years ago, Well,
the thing about it, Shibby, is we all knew that, like, you know what I mean? But
Right.
but the people don't want to believe that those type of things are
Right.
happening. And I've said this
True.
many times. There's so much stuff going on out there that it's out there. If people will just be open-minded enough to take the blinders off and open their minds up enough to actually see that this is going on. People, it's almost like I feel maybe happened to Savannah. She closed off her mind so much that she didn't want to even entertain the thought of her sister or her brother-in-law or whoever having something to do with this. And it's kind of like what we're doing in our culture is our minds sometimes can't fathom the thoughts of some of the things that are going on out there right now. But it's going on, guys, and it's time for us to wake up. And that's not being conspiracy theorist. That's just being real. And things are going on that we've known are going on for years, but people just don't want to open their eyes and see it.
And also, I know I'm speaking as a Canadian, but with that MK Ultra, they came up here because they got away with a lot more stuff. So I think my fight is kind of your fight too. So I hope you guys don't think I'm imposing myself on you.
No,
not
at all.
Right here is your fight.
I want y'all to understand there was a reason Savannah called Mark Kelly first. And it wasn't, or Mark Kelly texted her and said, give me a call. But that communication was before y'all even knew she was missing. I would love to know that conversation. Oops, I did ask for that. And they said, shut up.
Of course they did.
I'm just saying. I asked for the data for the pacemaker. All the numbers, the data, it says shut up.
Tell them you don't need the audio. Just the transcript will be fine.
They ain't releasing the data. So they can tell you anything. They can tell y'all anything. If they don't release the data, you see what I'm saying? It's a story.
Oh yeah.
Give me the data of this. Nope.
Yep.
What's the truth?
The truth is what they want the truth to be. And that's what people don't understand is, guys, we got to get out there and do our own independent research, journalism. And, that's why Alex and 857 and Juice and all those, Juanita, they are doing Mark, Dad, all those guys, Dad's Gone Live. They're doing the independent journalism. They don't want that, guys. They don't want that narrative out there. And that's what I always say. You don't mess with three entities. You don't mess with government, big pharma, or news media outlets, right? Because The news media outlets are who is going to give you the communication that they want you to know, and they want you to believe, and they want you to hear. And so it's time for us to start making, these doing this research and making our own opinions based on factual information that we're getting instead of something somebody's just telling us.
Well, and that is the main reason why they are pushing the streamers and the search parties away, is because the narrative that can be controlled by the news media, if you have streamers and private citizens out doing their own research and their own recovery, that blows their narrative out of the water.
Yes, sir. Certainly.
It's worse than what you think. It's better, but it's what it did. And I'm gonna tell you, when I talked to Juice on Juice's channel, I told him this. I was like, do you understand what y'all are really doing? I was like, y'all have intelligence that even the intelligent field don't have. Like on Patriot channel, you might have an ex-DOD, then you have ex-cyber, then you have a ex-police. That's the worst thing they want, is all of us in a damn chat breaking their information down. Oh, they do not want this.
And we had all three of y'all in ours, and they do not want it.
They don't want that.
And you have to think about it. Whenever you get, whenever you're getting your information from the news media, you're getting a very filtered, very watered down, very sculpted version of what the events actually are. And if you take this case out of it and you just think about anything that has happened in your area, in your neighborhood, where you have personal knowledge of how it actually happened compared to what is reported and the information that is put out publicly to the media. I mean, you apply that to anywhere in your life. If you're getting your information strictly from the media, then you are not getting 75% of what actually happened or the facts of the case. So, in any case, you need to, whenever you hear from the media, you need to really understand that it's not anywhere near what actually happened.
100%. And I always say trust but verify. Don't even trust what you hear. Go verify it.
100%. Yes.
But having a think tank but you can't get your feelings into it. You got to be able to put your facts out there and let your friends be able to dissect that fact so we can move on to another fact. You can't bring your own personal opinion. That's what he's saying. Look at the facts. Don't look at the facts. But when you got people that actually did cyber, first thing that I seen was no camera footage. I'm like, okay, cyber is involved. Somebody seen the dogs, canine. She was like, there was no dogs. That don't have everybody. How you said they entered the scene. Everybody's putting this together. Usually this will take maybe 6 months. Y'all are breaking evidence down in 1 fucking hour with the talent y'all have. That is unique, Patriot. That is so, like, an investigator, that is so unique. Then have the chat be able to research and bring y'all to understand what y'all got. This a nice little intel gig y'all got. But y'all cannot believe what they're saying. Don't believe what they say.
I just quick throw in, and also a dope like me up in Canada, I receive an email every now and then thinking, oh my God, this person sounds like they really know what they're talking about. And they're like high up in something and they're sending me stuff. So it's wild.
Welcome in, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
Welcome. How is everybody?
Oh, are you underwater there, bro?
What?
Are you in a submarine?
Jesus, I'm in the truck. It's pouring out here. We're getting chilled.
Yeah, I got that yesterday. That's why it's coming to you now.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I even had a tree down today in the driveway. So how's everybody? Patriot, how you doing, my man?
Doing great, man. Every day is a blessing.
Great show yesterday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So what are we discussing? I missed it. I'm just jumping in.
Chatting about basically a lot that's being hidden from us, and main media obviously doesn't share what is actually going on, and we just need to have our eyes open a little bit more of what's actually happening in the world. And what's happening with Nancy is obviously something from the higher ups.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, and I just caught what Ami Vet said, and he is absolutely 100% correct. Every single one of us brings something to the table, and then the chat is like, the chat's Wikipedia. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mention it, and they go do it. And you're right. We are one big investigation. That's it. I say deep down that I think it's going to take one more large nugget, and it's going to be this group of people that we've come to know now, like Army Vet. You're everywhere, see you everywhere, and Patriot. It's this group that's going to break it. If we can't break it with everything that we have, with all the tentacles that each one of us has out to these hundreds and thousands of people that listen every day, why do you think they're so nervous? Why do you think that they're getting rid of everybody? Because they know it's going to be this group of people that's going to break this open. I mean, they can't hide it forever.
Do you guys think we'll ever hear from Mark Kelly specifically on this topic, or no?
I say no.
Patriot Pride, Army Vet, what do you guys think? Shibby, Wayne?
I'd say no, neither. No, nobody's talking.
Well, I've got a theory on that. So, not until his hand is pushed and he has to. So, if you guys saw, and I got to give props to Chris McDonough and his wife, because they're actually trying to reveal some things that are going on there. And this is what happens to people. And, usually if you look historically, that DA and Sheriff Nanos, they've been right in each other's pocket. And one's like Army Vet said, they're all really puppets. They're controlled by the powers that be. Well, now that Chris has revealed some of this stuff and started talking specifically about the DA, if you guys notice, the very next week, that's when they dropped the charges on 857 and the felony on Alex. And so what these people do is every level that goes up, you're only in the pocket until you're not anymore. And so if this stuff starts being revealed and the layers start being unraveled and it starts really hitting home for some of these people, then they're going to start turning on each other. And that's the only reason I think that Kelly would ever come out and say anything, is if it got up that high to that level where they've revealed so much corruption that he has to say something. And I just don't know that it'll get there.
And can I add to that? Also, when they're not up for re-election, they can kind of say what's the best for the people, not them and their re-elections. If they're not going up for any re-elections, they can kind of speak the truth sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good point, Shibby. But the unfortunate thing, and again, I'm not trying to come from a conspiracy, aspect, but elected positions are elected positions for reasons. If you're in the right position and somebody wants you to get in that position, you're going to get in the position. So that's why they call them elected positions. Yeah, it's supposed to be a democratic, election, but a lot of times elected positions, people are placed there for certain reasons by certain people.
Well, it's basically, you get to choose from the two people they want.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's just the one's a little different. One looks at things half full, half empty kind of thing.
I kind of agree with everybody, especially Patriot. Definitely 1,000. Because the one thing y'all not adding into it is there's 2 military bases that need a puppet just in case they soldiers get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Patriot, you got to have that guy. I understand the men that are involved. But the one thing I do understand is that somebody had to make a call so none of y'all can have camera footage. That ain't one guy.
Yeah.
Remember now, the camera footage should be there before 3:00. Everybody in Catalina Foothills footage should be here, y'all. that takes somebody making a telephone call to the government calling the military, and the military doing something. Because there's no way you should not have any camera footage before 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning. I understand what they're saying is black, but that's what y'all not thinking about.
I mean, at this point, it just has to be, because for us not to be receiving any information, for the family to be so quiet, for the neighbors to be so quiet, everyone is hushed up for a reason. There's a reason behind all of this.
Yep.
There has to be. I mean, there's just no other question. I mean, there's no other reasoning for this at this point. I mean, and, you know, and it goes back to Pima County, you know, whether it's a direct cover up or an indirect cover up, there's some form or fashion of cover up being performed right now, whether it's there, you know, he's just so embarrassed by the way he, you know, controlled the crime scene or lack thereof. And now he's trying to cover that up. There's some type of cover up going on. There has to be.
And that's what I'm saying. Is it multiple areas where there's a cover up going on? Like, is it one level of law enforcement hiding something? Is the FBI hiding something? Is the family hiding something? Or are they all aware of what's going on and we're the only ones who aren't aware? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there different levels to this? Or is it one, again, my opinion, what I'm saying, like, obviously none of this is proven, but is there other people that are involved in this? I guess that's what I'm trying to understand. And will we ever know that? But obviously we know Pima County has something to do with it. And we obviously know with how close she is to Mark Kelly, he has something to do with it. But it's like, where does it end?
Well, I mean, and let me know what you guys think. If it was just, say, the family and the sheriff department, I would say they would need a bunch of help. But if you're saying it's just, you know, say she got, you know, Mr. Kelly involved and he made some calls to the federal government part, it wouldn't take but that to make everything go away. I mean, does that make any sense, Patriot or Army vet? I mean, whatever. I mean, what do you think?
Go ahead, Army.
In intelligence right now, it's a 50-50 split. Y'all are operating, I can tell, y'all are operating under the guise that the government knows. The intelligence world is operating under they don't know. We think the FBI has no idea, no clue, nothing, and using social media and YouTube to apply pressure to make him make a mistake. That's what we believe. That's why I love hearing what y'all are thinking. Are y'all thinking the FBI knows something? And if y'all do believe they know something, tell me, what do you think they know?
I think they have more video footage of that night. I think they know who potentially that masked man is, and they're not revealing that.
I tend to agree with that as well, because I don't see a reason why they would have just been able to extract that very short 44-second clip. Just by the grace of God, they got those 44 seconds. So I tend to agree with that. Plus, there were, 6 or 7 other cameras, and Nanos was confirmed saying, "I'm not going to speak on the cameras inside or outside." So I heard you guys a little bit earlier asking or talking about cameras on the inside. I really do believe that there were cameras on the inside, and I just think I'm like Michelle. I think there's a lot more footage that they're not releasing.
Do you think that they would potentially know who the masked man is and they're not releasing that? Or do you think that's not the case? I just feel like it's really hard for me to understand, with all the technology and everything that the FBI has, that they're not able to trace who that person is. It doesn't make sense to me.
Now, go ahead.
No, Chris. I've been here for a while.
Did you guys see the interview room, his post today, his short today?
Yeah, I did.
Did that change your thought in any way about Colella and what may have happened there or what might be going on there?
No comment.
I'll speak on behalf of that. I didn't even see the short, but and I may be totally off topic here, but I had some very good information, and it's what I thought all along, that this guy that I think he turned CI, and I think he knows a lot more than what they're putting out that he knows.
I do agree with that, and even I agreed with that even before Chris's short today. And Chris's short today, I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, but it was like, oh wow, I wouldn't have ever caught what he was saying and what was in the report that he was reading, and it did open my eyes a little bit to the. I think he did turn, but Mr. Army vet,
he hasn't been sentenced yet either. He's still got to go back for sentencing. So,
okay. I need to. Hey, Chad. I'm gonna give you some love. I always give my chat some love. Research was the FBI Red Hook cyber program hacked. What that is how they track and trace foreign terrorists in the United States. I'm sure his lawyer was going to bring up that program in federal court so the world could hear it, and I'm sure the FBI did not want that out. It wasn't no. Plus, that might have been maybe 10 years. Remember, this was a 20-year sentence. Maybe they would have knocked 10 years off not to do the Red Hook. But he is completely right. To take off another 10 years, oh, yeah, he working. Oh, yeah, he working. Patriot, he working.
Oh, yeah. Certainly.
No doubt.
You just don't. It don't go down like that unless you got some good information. Yeah.
Yep. Ain't no doubt, y'all.
I mean, he walked away with, he's in a rehab, but he walked away with nothing. If he's even in rehab. My other thought was, I'm sure it was a lot of people's thought. Is he actually in rehab or is he just protected now?
He's probably in rehab, but he's probably in some form of protection as well, if I had to guess.
So he probably after this sentencing, he probably goes away. He not jail wise, but he probably goes missing. Like he's going to be in custody, protective. New name, new everything.
I don't know about that, but they'll probably keep him. I don't know that they'll do that go that deep, but they'll definitely keep him protected until if and when more information up to the conviction of whoever this is comes out, in my opinion. If in fact, obviously he has information.
I agree. 1,000.
But anyway, guys, I just want to jump on and show you guys some love and say you guys are doing a great job. Michelle, you're doing wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, it's always an honor to be up here with everybody. So I just wanted to say hello. And Army Vet, it's good to talk to you. I hadn't talked to you in a little while. So, and
Army
Wayne,
Vet's the best.
Wayne, it was nice to meet you.
Wayne's still there? Yeah, there he is.
Wayne's taking a nap. It's okay.
No, I was. I was. My phone wasn't come off mute. But nice to meet you as well.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
enjoyed talking with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And
Always a pleasure, Adam. Always a pleasure, bro. We'll see you soon.
Sir.
Yes.
Chris and Shibby, good to see you guys. And again, thank you, Michelle.
Thanks.
And
Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right,
See you,
bye-bye.
Adam.
Bye.
See you guys.
Later.
Now, Army Vet, do you have anything else?
No, Patriot gave me some cover fire from your questions today. I feel so good.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I want
is
to hear.
good.
Yeah. So, do you think, Army Vet, that we'll hear from Mark Kelly ever, or do you agree with what Patriot Pride said that we won't hear anything unless he's kind of forced to chat?
Because he's the Senate Intelligence Committee, he don't have to answer to nobody if he chooses to or not to. He has the same power as the vice president. He get the same briefing. Matter of fact, he's the one that gives the president the briefing. So he ain't worried about y'all.
I feel you speak in code sometime. I'm trying
Yes,
to
and we have to
decipher.
decipher what it is.
Yeah, I need a pad and paper. There's an equation here. I feel you're talking. You're telling me more than, but you don't want to be too obvious.
Sometimes when you want to go hunting, y'all need to know who y'all enemy is.
Oh, damn.
And
Okay. Let's analyze that.
Manipulation and misdirection, controlling the public narrative, controlling your media, controlling social media. This is what they're good at.
Yeah, so are you. We're going to have to add Riddler to your title.
I know. I love it.
I
love seeing.
I do love it. You make me
hearing
think.
his side of
But
everything.
one of the biggest things that just makes me wonder and makes me go, and just gives me an itch that it was an inside job is who goes to the extent to put up as many cameras as they have up and then put cameras on the inside and outside of the house and turn to just fail to pay the subscription. Like if you were going to the lengths of putting cameras inside your house as well as outside, you're not going to be somebody that does all that and then not pay the subscription unless this was in the plans for a while. And something like this was the planning to happen. And, the subscription not being paid is part of the plan as to the excuses to why you don't have video of what was going on at the time. And that little piece right there just gives me just an inkling that maybe this was something planned and an inside job for a while.
Yeah, and I mean, she had all those people that were working on the house or, her cleaners, whoever that was coming and going. There had to be a reason for those cameras inside the house if there was. But where is that footage? They must have it. There must be more information on there. Were those also taken down that night? They had to be. And that person had to know she had cameras inside the house, or would they have just went down when they took down the whole neighborhood?
Also, when you're wearing a ski mask and all that, I'm not too sure I'm all worried about cameras. That guy was covered up.
Well, he was in the front. There had to be more than one person, I personally think. Do you guys think there was more than one person in there?
Oh, for sure. He was just waiting for the door to get open, probably.
Yeah, like someone in the back. There was a few going out back, and then, they propped the two doors.
But not only the footage from that night, because the footage from that night was lost and the cameras went down that night. But if they're saying that this person may have been spotted on the property prior to that, well, then where's the footage from that night? Did the footage also from that night go down? Where's the license plate readers and the detection from the cars in the area from that night? Because then you can make a link and a trace from cars that were in the area that night to the cars that were in the area the night that Nancy went missing. So, if you really believe that this person was spotted on the property prior to, then where's the footage from that time?
Anywhere, not released.
Understand how.
Go ahead.
Understand how they work. Something happened that night they do not want y'all to see.
Right.
That's y'all like. It might have been movement. It might have been how the cars came in, how they left, how they entered the house, how they left the house, the swamp. It's something they do not want y'all to see that happened between them hours. 41 minutes, like Patriot was saying. They don't want y'all to see something that happened there.
Nope.
Or who? Do you feel like not only do they not want us to see what happened, but potentially not who was a part of that? Like, I feel like they're also potentially hiding who was a part of this. And again, this is just a theory, speculation. How do you feel on that?
If y'all don't believe the notes, ransom notes, Y'all don't believe the video. Y'all don't believe the timeline. Where do y'all start? Because everybody's speculating about everything that, and I'm listening to what everybody's saying, listening to, none of y'all believe the evidence is real. So y'all, basically you are discussing, well, the FBI is lying to you. Basically, that's what everybody's coming down. The FBI Nanos is lying to us. And y'all are discussing the lie.
Right. Well, I believe that the first two ransom notes, I feel are legit. Whether or not it was a tactic for some reason, but I feel that those were legit. The other ones, I can just throw them away. And evidence, what do I know about evidence? I know two things. There was a video of a guy on her front porch, and she's missing. That's it. That's all we know. That's it.
Yep.
Now, so I don't take into effect the blood because that could have been just put there. I mean, it could be real. It might not be real. I mean, it's real blood, obviously, I think. Anyways, that's what they are telling us. Remember, everything that we've heard since the day she went missing, minus her being gone and that video, it's just what they told us. They haven't showed us anything. We don't know what happened in the house. We don't know if there was cameras inside. We don't know anything. So all I know is what I just said. And, and what do you keep going at? Like, I mean, what do we do next? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so listen, Army vet, if I take you right now and I drop you into Sheriff Nano's position and I say, look, you need to do something to figure this out. What is it that you do? What's the first thing you do?
I asked him, I want all communications between you, the FBI, and Senator Kelly. And if the FBI director spoke to Trump about this, I want the communications between them two.
Yeah, see, I've been saying that for that was one of the things that I always said. When this first happened, a few days later, President Trump said it on national TV.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is call me and I'll give you whatever the hell you need.
Yep.
That's it. So, I mean, if that was me, I'm giving you the CIA. I'll give you every goddamn. I'll give you the Air Force. I don't care. But like you're saying, and they don't want us to know. They don't want anybody to know. They want it to go away. And I've been sound like a broken goddamn record. But since the mainstream media left, and the streamers stayed, it's only been a headache in their head. That's it. It's only caused Nanos headaches. That's why they chased him out of here. Do you remember, what was it, like 3 weeks ago? I forget this guy's name every time. The guy that came out and looked, the Mexican guy, he came out. They closed the street down. Shibby, do you remember his name?
No.
I forget his name every time. But they closed it. Yeah, they closed her street. Somebody was on a live with us, and somebody in the chat said, hey, I went by Nancy's street today, and it was closed. They had it blocked at one end and blocked at the other end.
Oh, it might have been DGL. Dad's Gone Live, was it? Jacob?
I don't know who it was, maybe. But the Mexican guy, the Spanish guy, whatever his name was, he was there searching her property. They let him on her property. He searched the whole neighborhood. He did the interview, and he was talking about it. It's the guy that has found people in the past, but he said a lot of things that it went south for me. But how did he get the street closed down, and how was he able to go search her property? It does just one more thing that doesn't make sense, right? So beyond what you said, Army vet, what else do you do after that? Like, if you get what you want and you find nothing, then what do you do?
Go illegal, which I think Cameron has done. Cameron is ex-military. He's probably hired an intelligence team to go over the data to see what they can wipe, see what it, you know what I'm saying? This ain't going to be on the ground. Solving this case is going to be cyber. Who, when,
You're not finding her
communication.
now.
Yeah. Well, no, I believe something's going on because her pacemaker should still be going off, even if she passed. They should still be flying drones, which is a Fourth Amendment violation medically. But they should still be, and the fact that they haven't found her leads me to say they don't know where she's at. You see what I'm saying? What Michelle brought up first, her pacemaker. First thing that she said was her pacemaker is still going off and they still tracking her pacemaker. So either I think the FBI has no clue. But I'm on the minority, so that's why I'm over here trying to get my information to get my, because I think I'm like 10% of the people that think the government, I think they're lost.
Okay. So if you think they're lost, then who do you think knows?
Nancy. That's what I told Michelle from the get-go.
Yeah.
She had, she holds everything. She holds everybody else got little bits and pieces. Savannah got what Senator Kelly is saying. Senator Kelly know what all the intelligence committee is giving him. Sheriff Nanos knows what everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is giving information. Everybody.
Hey, Chris, Marianne in my chat has brought up the name Bill Garcia. Does that help you?
Yes, that's him. He was the guy that came to look for her, and he wanted to see the property, and they allowed him to go on and search everywhere. And they closed the street down for him to do it, and he says it on the video. I'll rewatch it again, not that it really makes a difference, but how did that happen? So one more question from me to you, Army vet. If you think Nancy's the only one that knows, what do you think happened? Do you think it's a legit kidnapping, or do you think it's a cover-up?
I think they didn't know who they were kidnapping. I think by Savannah calling Senator Kelly so early, a 2-day, maybe 3-day kidnapping, telling her about the government and what the government did, by Savannah calling Kelly and getting it started within 6 hours, I think they weren't prepared for that.
Good answer.
I think they was prepared for 3 days. I think they weren't prepared for how long has it been?
A little over 5 months and a couple days.
I don't think they were prepared to take care of an 84-year-old woman.
No, who needed medical attention all the time.
Exactly. That's why I think Cameron blamed Savannah. Allegedly. But me and Michelle was talking about that last time. That's why I think when Savannah said, this is why Cameron blames me, because I called Senator Kelly so early and didn't wait them 2 or 3 days. And allegedly,
like they didn't follow proper protocol. So that's why Nancy allegedly is no longer with us. There's so many. Do you think it's ever going to be solved, Army vet? In your opinion, do you think that they're ever going to figure out, or at least like, even if this is a cover up, have someone else kind of go down for this?
This isn't me throwing in, like, not answering. I'm covering what happened in Venezuela when the lights went out and we got Maduro, and I'm covering the blackout internet, tracking everybody in Iran. Now I'm over here. Cash Patel Trump, Mark Kelly is involved in all of that, they are also involved in this. Not saying that they're involved in this case, but the same men that control that technology is involved in this case. So if they wanted to find out who, when, where, and why, we're over there stunning. Exactly. We're over there blinding Iran and tracking their leadership with 3 boats. Imagine what technology we have in this country. They can flip a switch and find out. They can turn on a satellite and find out. I'm not saying they didn't or it's conspiracy. I just understand the power of Kash Patel, Trump, and Senator Mark Kelly. I understand their power. And when Trump says use everything, and Savannah called Mark Kelly first, and Kash Patel in this case, that told me I need to mind my business.
Yeah, I don't
see what I'm saying. And not one time did we say nanos. I understand the players on this chessboard. You know what I'm saying? I know who the king, the queen. I know who the players are, and they have the answers.
What a lot of people have been saying in the last month, that it's way above all of us. It's so high up now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you feel like you're fighting a losing battle. I mean,
where's the blood at now? Where's the blood? This gonna hurt y'all feelings when y'all figure this one out. Where the blood at? It's at Quantico. You understand you have to have a top secret clearance to even walk in that place. You think y'all gonna get information out of Quantico?
No.
Osama bin Laden's blood in Quantico. Y'all will never know. They set this up perfect. Under national security, you're not allowed to know what's in Quantico.
Someone in the chat just asked, do you think that she's no longer with us, or do you believe, like a lot of people are saying, that she's in protective custody somewhere and being taken good care of?
I would love for that to be the case, because
yeah, I know. I don't think that's the
wouldn't it be
case.
wild?
But
She comes walk. I know it's very like 0.5%, but just some of the things. When I saw Mark the Shark's drone video with the feet in the window, I've always had a little inkling of there people hiding in there, like, under witness protection. It's obviously one of 10 things I've thought of, and it's not my main thought, but there is a tiny bit of me that would hope, I guess, that something like that's up.
yeah, I think. Yeah, and people are saying she passed on her own. I think potentially, yeah, it was due to her health, deteriorating health, that she went out. Like they said in that second ransom note, that it wasn't on purpose. Without
Ami Vet, I gotta talk to you, Ami Vet. Like,
I make you think. I know.
Well, you're making me think, but I got questions, man. What you're saying, the way I take what you're saying is that if my God, Ami Vet, you got to come on my show. I need like 2 or 3 hours with you, man. I got to.
Yeah.
You see how your brother Michelle had my mind spinning, trying to avoid incriminating myself. I'm like, Jesus.
Tell me more.
I mean, I listen to you and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute, I mean, if I just sat here and said, this is what I think now from what you said, I would say that it wasn't a random kidnapping. Obviously, I don't think it was a random kidnapping anyways. But now with you saying, I know who this is and I know what's in here, then all it's telling me, it's a cover-up that something went wrong, but was it a cover-up because somebody in that family did something to her and Savannah called in a favor to her friend? And this is why it's such a secret? Because they know what happened and now they just got to hide it? Now that's how I'm thinking from listening to what you just said in the last half hour. Tell me, am I way off or am I close?
Michelle asked me the same question.
I wasn't here, so tell me.
Yeah, she said why. She asked me why, and I don't deal in why. I deal in how. I deal in how. because I'm used to the technology and dealing with these same men in the last September 11th. I know how they think. I know what they do. I know how they move. I work with them, CIA, overseas. And the only reason I joined this is because Fort Huachuca is my backyard. I used to stay in that area. So when I came into the scene and I figured out that there was nothing, like this is the only thing that you gave the American public. And then I add in Senator Kelly and Fort Huachuca and the Department of Homeland Security and Trump and FBI. That's an intelligence nightmare in that area. That's why you are seeing a lot of ex-military, ex-FBI, ex-intelligence, because we're like, whoa, what is going on? And why is the only thing you giving the American public is a blurry ass 40-second picture when we're doing the exact same thing in Iran?
So, Army vet, do you think that the FBI and the government kind of hopped in thinking they were going to be able to solve it quickly, and then once they started reviewing everything, realized that it was deeper or bigger than they anticipated, and they have no idea, and now they're trying to backtrack and step away without, for lack of a better term, have an egg on their face because they thought they would be able to solve it quickly and kind of get like a photo op and get a pat on the back, and then they realized that this is bigger than what we actually thought, and we have no idea. And now they're just trying to ease their way back because they have no idea what's going on.
Do we believe Savannah is working with the government or against the government? Because
at this point, I believe she's working against them. I believe she knows exactly what's going on, and she's working against them.
Okay, with that theory, then the call between Savannah and Mark Kelly becomes even more important. Because if the FBI put out a lie, Savannah is going to check them on news. So Savannah holds that ace in, you know what I'm saying? You better tell the truth. You better, and I think this is why they went quiet. Savannah will check them on every lie.
I just say that her actions and her reactions is not consistent with somebody whose mother has been kidnapped and is missing.
Who said she was normal? She probably
good point.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She probably acted crazy as shit behind it. You have no idea. And people's like, well, this is her. She probably eating Fruit Loops with orange juice. You have no idea, y'all.
All right,
Wayne. I'm just saying.
So
I'm just saying.
As I'm sitting here thinking, I'm replaying everything I said to you, trying to decipher your freaking. I just asked my question. All of a sudden, like, I know maybe because of the name, but why did President Trump speak on this?
Good question.
Because it was national news, right?
And he was trying to jump in to get a attaboy and you know to be able to say that he found Savannah's mom, and you know then he realized he was in over his head.
Or tell me if I'm wrong, Army vet or anybody else, or was that Mr. Kelly that called the president after he got off the phone with Savannah and said, hey, we might need a little help here?
Yeah.
If he did, that means they have no idea who the kidnappers are. That's what I was exactly. Y'all are going, that's where I thought. By calling Kelly and Trump, that means they have no idea.
And it could be that Savannah was breaking a story, and the story was bigger, and it got bigger than she could even handle. And she went to Senator Kelly for help, and it's just too big. It's even the government's like, listen, I don't know who or what you're reporting on, but this is beyond us.
I got a headache.
Now, hey,
you crazy.
Army vet, I have a couple questions for you from my chat, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
There's two questions. One of them is somebody wants you to know if you know about Promis, Promis, and another asks, her name is, that was from Doug, and Shelly wants to know if you think Epstein is involved, if that's something you'd like to answer. Or you don't have to answer.
No comment to the first one.
Okay.
That program.
There you go, Doug. No comment.
The Epstein file.
Someone just said Chris is in trauma.
It's y'all understand the players that are involved in this are the ones that can release the Epstein files.
Yeah, and they're not releasing them, so
No, never going to see them. It's too dangerous.
And I understand what people are saying. Our country can find everything and anything they want. I say this, but just like in the Charlie Kirk file, now you got to prove it, and you see how hard a problem our government have of proving shit.
Mm-hmm.
So proving this person that the government will eventually find, good luck, y'all. Because I honestly think they are going to find this person, but it ain't going to be the person y'all want. They have to give y'all someone.
that's what I'm saying. I think they have to give us someone. Is it the real
A
someone?
patsy that has nothing to
get
do with
too
it, right?
close.
A patsy that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Y'all getting way too close. Y'all getting too close.
Maybe they already gave us the person. And we
y'all
just
not
don't.
know. Y'all
No,
still hungry. She's still missing. Y'all still hungry.
Right.
Y'all got to understand, y'all intelligence gathering with your chat is better and faster than national media. There's no way national media can gather ex-FBI, this whole department y'all has as a chat to go over facial recognition software. There's no way they can keep up with y'all. Where do you think they're getting that information from? Y'all.
Here. Yeah. Here. From every single, you know how much information they get a day from us? From every single YouTube channel that does anything about this? Because all you need is that one little piece. And it can just lead you down. Well, so instance, just like tonight, now I'm thinking 17 different things. Thank you. But no, it's true though. It is true. That's where Nanos is getting everything. That's where the government's getting everything, and any private investigator that's hired is getting stuff.
And y'all not afraid to question the truth, which makes an intelligence room. If y'all all agree with the same evidence, then this will be an echo chamber. The fact that y'all have different talents, but this is Shibby and Michelle. Y'all know how to ask the right questions, the follow-up question, and the next question, and the next question. Now y'all mind is going and waking up and waking up. Y'all stop being fed that plain burger and y'all want something good. That's it. Y'all mind is.
You're trying to say, Army vet, that we're all high heels on the ground, aren't we?
Yes, heels are on the ground thinking.
I got boots. I got boots, y'all. But think, Michelle. Y'all doing a good job. I gotta go. Be hollering for me.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Chris,
Thank you.
Chris,
Thank you so
don't hurt
much.
your mind, Chris. Wayne.
No. Don't leave yet. Where's your email? You need to come on my panel. I need hours.
They're on to him. They're on to him. He's going to burn his phone.
Shibby explained to her. I had to dodge Michelle. Explain to him.
That's it. They're on to him. He's got to burn his phone and change clothes and get out of there.
I love how he just hops off like that too. It's awesome.
There you go. I knew it.
I am right behind him. You guys were amazing. Thank you for inviting me tonight.
Wow,
yes, thank you so much, Wayne. You're always amazing and a pleasure to have.
Yeah,
Everyone
right.
loves you.
Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Night, bro. Later.
I think I'm going to close up shop too.
Wow,
That's a good way to end the
This is
chat.
perfect.
I think that has all of our heads spinning right now and thinking, and
well,
I am like speechless.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, he's good, but let's not forget, everybody at some point thought this was above everybody. Everybody's had the inkling that it's way above us and above Nanos and all that stuff. But man,
hey, before we get going, Michelle, can I remind everyone that the link in Michelle's chat brings you to my channel to come say hi in my live stream, say like and subscribe, and then go on back, and all my people Get on the link that's pinned gets you to Michelle's live stream. We're dual streaming this, so get on over to each other's, like, subscribe, and we'll do many more of these if you guys do that.
Yes, and I love when everyone comes on. I love when we're all chatting with each other. Chris, Shibby, Wayne, Army Vet, Patriot Pride. Like, it's so nice having everyone in the chat together, because we're able to read the chat together. We're able to ask the questions, follow up with each other's thoughts, because honestly, this is the only time that you're able to get your opinions out there. And you kind of like step back and you think, and you're like, whoa, like that. Like you said, this could actually be a thing. It's a way above who we think is behind this personally.
And it's going to happen. You know, it's going to happen. He is correct on a lot of stuff, but he is correct on one important thing. We are close. We're getting too close.
I think so too. I think that we're, like he said, we're asking the right questions. We're covering it. We're chatting about it.
It's everybody. And when I say we, I don't mean just us as streamers and our channel. I'm talking chat, mods, I mean, whatever. Anybody you stop by for 1 minute, it's still you guys. Because you mention one thing on your stream, and next thing I know, I'm getting emails and texts, and this is what I found on this. They find it quicker than we do. It's amazing, and we're close. But the problem is as we get closer, they just move farther away.
Yes. Like, I honestly feel like, City Goat just asked, do you really think Nancy knew too much and didn't say anything to Savannah, who still is around? No, I don't think that's what I don't think that's what he's getting at. I think he thinks Nancy was just the one that they chose in this situation. And Nancy's the only one who really knows what happened that night.
And she is. He's correct. But my question is, why Nancy?
Why Nancy?
You know,
easy target.
Easy target for what though? For money from Savannah? Because if that was it, well, you know what? In this whole thing, if that's the case, and it was just from money, then I blame the family. I would have gave that money in 2 seconds. It wouldn't have been no question.
That's where it is. It's like, why did they not give the money? Why are they not talking about it more? Why are her photos not out there? And that's the only question that brings us back to the fact is they know more than what they're sharing with us.
Right. They have to. They have to know.
They have to. They have to know more. They have to know basically who's behind, again, our opinions, what we're thinking. None of this is proven until they give us a little bit more information, but this is where we currently are.
And the other problem is we may never know the truth. They can give us whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could come out, like he said, they could come out and say, all right, it was Joe Schmo over there. We found him. We got him. We arrested him. He's in jail. Goodbye. They don't have to tell us anything, right? The only way that we find the truth is if, for some odd reason, they actually tell the truth, or somebody speaks, or this community that we've now grown into finds out the truth. Because I will say there's a lot of people in this community that can find out and dig up a lot of crap.
Or they give us, like he said, they give us someone just to kind of shut us up, basically.
Mm-hmm. Like they just put Colella, pretty much on a silver platter for he's now working with the FBI. You know what I mean? We don't know that if he is, but they're kind of making it look like he is. So.
There needs to be an ending to this story, and we don't know what that ending is going to be.
I do, but you'll have to tune in next time to hear.
Yeah.
No, we can't go now.
Chris, go live tonight. Go live tonight. I'll orchestrate it while you walk around. I'll control the screens if you want. I'll do something later.
No, I'm good. If you go live, I'll jump on and say hello, but no, I got too much to do.
I don't know if I'll have you on. I'll think about that. I'm just kidding.
Well, then you kiss my ass then. Hey, I was on for 5 hours. So
Yeah, have you been? Yeah, you've been a busy boy today. Yeah.
yeah, no, the building in New York. Yeah, we were on all afternoon. So,
Yeah.
but hey,
Wow.
yeah.
Also, I just wanted to add to everyone that this was Michelle's doing, her idea. She ran it. She sent everything. I made a lousy thumbnail with AI. Other than that, she did it all. So make sure you thank her for her amazing hard work. Okay.
Thank you guys all.
Didn't invite me.
It was
I
so
invited
last
her.
minute.
I invited her.
Ask Shibby. It was so last minute. Thank you guys, everyone
We
in the
tried.
chat.
We
No,
tried,
you
Chris.
didn't. I was.
I
on
saw you in
live.
the chat and I said, Chris, join.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I joined. I don't know why I joined Shibby's. I should have joined you. I don't know why. But anyways.
No,
well, hey,
I love
thank you.
having these group panels. Like I said, this is so much fun. I think you can really bounce ideas off of each other. We're gonna have to plan another one for this week.
For sure. Love it.
But thank you
Anytime.
both for coming on. Thank you, Wayne, Patriot Pride,
Thank you.
Army Vet, everyone. You guys were all amazing. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much. Subscribe, like to everyone's channels that are here. Everything is pinned. Chris, we need your channel as well.
Also, thanks, Barney, for calling earlier, and whoever else called before, Barney and.
Oh yeah, Barney contacted us earlier. Honestly, I literally am trying to retain everything Army Vet said, so my mind is pretty much spinning right now.
So you can go back and watch whatever you miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can. So I will. I'm gonna steal your channel and watch that again.
Oh,
yes, honestly, this is the
brilliant.
second time coming on, and he's amazing. He's phenomenal.
Yes, he
He
is.
says he can't go on JLRs because people will find him. So he's like, I have to come on other channels to chat, and I'm like, well, we love it. Continue, keep coming back.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, hey, thank you for having me, both of you. I got to bounce so I can do some of this work. You know,
Yeah,
get some stuff done there.
I'm already an hour and a half late. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. Shibby, if you decide to do something, let me know.
Maybe. Yeah, I will. Later, Chris. Night.
All right, later. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
See ya.
Chris. Thank you
Wowza.
so much, Shibby, for coming on. I love our duo. I think it's so much fun. 857, great show.
Just in time. We're about to leave.
I know, 857. Why don't you come on? We've been calling you out.
Call in.
Yeah,
We'll
call
stay
in
on for you for 2 minutes. Here, where is he? In yours or mine?
I think he's in
He's in
mine,
yours.
actually.
Drop.
But he
I'll put the
finds
link
me
in
through
mine too.
yours, he said, because the other day I left a note on his live and I told him thanks for stopping by, and he said he found me through you.
Yes. Oh, I'm honored. What's going on, bro? Say hello. Give us an update. Tell us when you're going live. Anything. Maybe we'll all come and watch it tonight.
Yeah, I
Anybody else
know.
around?
Maybe we'll join yours, 857. Let us know if you're going live.
If not, this has been already an amazing show.
It's been awesome. I had so much fun. I love hearing thoughts from everyone around me. He's going on at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. So what's that?
That's his time. Yeah.
So 9:30 my
9:30?
time.
Yeah.
So maybe we should hop
6:30
on his
for sure. I'm always
Arizona
going.
time. 857. Do you want to share the link? Shibby and I will jump on.
Yeah, I'll send you an email or send us emails. If you send you an email,
he
with the link, I'll call
probably
in.
is your email. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have his. His is 857live@gmail.com, I believe.
We'll share it with everyone.
I believe, yeah. It's for everyone. No, he puts it out all the time.
Oh, perfect. Oh yeah, Chris said he'll jump on too. So 40
I'll call
minutes.
in if he wants. Yeah, we'll have a cool panel. I
Yeah,
just
that
have a
would be
rest, get
awesome.
something to eat, close my eyes for a second, and I'll call in anywhere. Yeah. Have
Close
fun.
my eyes for a second. You would actually wake back up if I close my eyes. I'm out.
No, I meditate, but I keep my ear pods in and I listen. In the left ear, I listen to something like a show, and in my right ear, I listen to either my Amazon playlist or those tones, like the frequency, the hertz.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two different things in my ears. So I need that to keep it focused. I'm all over the place.
Nancy, I'm not sure whether or not he was on a lot today. People are chatting. Well, let me know if you hear from 857. I'd love to hop on his live tonight if he is around. Let me know, Shibby, if you do hear from him.
Sure.
Because I love watching his lives as well. So yeah, but thank you so much, Shibby. Tonight was amazing. I love this duo that we have going on and everyone that has joined us this evening.
If you haven't, get to each other's. So hit the link and come on over to mine and say hi and like. And on my chat, hit Michelle's link and get there to say hello and like before you leave. Okay.
Yes, it's
Awesome.
pinned in both of our chats right now. I have Shibby pinned to mine. I'm pinned to his. And he said, come on to the show shortly.
Oh.
857.
We'll come on to his. Okay. Sounds fun. I'll show up.
Do you want to email him, Shibby, just for the details? Maybe he'll see it.
Sure, I will. I'll say, if you give me the link, I'll bring you Michelle. I'll connect you. If not, you won't get to see her. I'm only kidding. I'll hold you. I'll use you as leverage. How's that?
Yes, use me as leverage.
I'm just kidding. You don't need me to do anything. I'm probably slowing you down here.
No, I love this. Got to thank Ted for this connection too. He's
Ted,
been
how's
awesome.
he been? He's a great dude.
I don't
He's
know.
a
I
little
haven't
busy
heard from
today.
him.
No,
Yeah,
I've been talking to him all day. He had some family stuff and other things, so he'll next time for sure. He'll be around.
He said, "I'll post up the link in my chat to come on." Okay, perfect.
Okay, and
All
I'll
right,
bring you Michelle.
857. All right,
I promise you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, this has been amazing. I guess we'll see each other soon.
I will. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and like to both mine and Shibby's channel. We love you all. This was such a great chat tonight. And yeah, everyone's asking, where's Ted? MIA, everyone. Hopefully next time.
It's dude, where's Ted? Tune in next time.
We don't know.
Ted will be here.
Have a good night, John Fields. He said, thanks, Michelle.
Night, everyone.
Shibby Mods in chat. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.